If Hello, you beautiful bastards, and welcome to my so-called show. And tonight we will be talking about One-Eyed Jack, episode 7, or depending if the Brother's Keeper was a 2-episode that you saw. And nothing like the one big feature-length episode, which is kind of played out now these days, but either way, this is a this is a great episode that's really improved on the last one, and it really does show that the show is really hitting its stride, or has found its stride, I should say, because now we've got the introduction of Castillo, who really does add a brand new dynamic to the team now, apart from, which is so different to Rodriguez, who was kind of just another kind of just another sort of straightforward boss. Here, Castillo has a bit more personality, and he has a bit more mystery here as well. And this is a really good introduction to this character as well, and really establishes what kind of authoritative figure these characters will be following orders from, and an authoritative figure that will be leading these characters. And unfortunately, Lord Toxic is not going to be here today, stuck at work, but he has left me a nice $5 super chat. Okay, so stuck at work, my apologies. Castillo is the best Latino samurai military intel police lieutenant put to screen. That's right. And Cosmic Kyoda, hello, how you doing? Mr. Prez, how are you, man? And yeah, he really does add gravitas. So without further ado, let me bring my guests, and here he is, the Admiral of something. It is Admiral Teague.
You can suck it! You can suck it! You can suck it! You can all suck it! Live long and suck it!
Hey, how you doing,
that
man?
interview. I love that introduction. It gets me going. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode, we think it's 7, sometimes known as 6, as Northern English was saying. It's called One-Eyed Jack, and this week we're gonna have a powerful new character with it. You know, this guy feels like an admiral. He exudes admiral energy. I don't know why, but Edward James Olmos can really stand and deliver.
Yeah, it's like he should be in some sci-fi show in 20 years, maybe. But and without further ado, everybody's favorite high-kicking processed meat in the bone, a 1980s high-kicking processed meat in the bone. It is the Kung Fu hot dog. And how you doing, man? And what the fuck are you doing? Your sound's not on. Your sound's not on. Can you hear him, Admiral? I think your sound's
I hear nothing.
Yeah, you might have to go in and out. You might have to go in and out this one. It could be StreamYard. StreamYard does this shit.
Very Pink Floyd. Your lips move, but I can't hear what you're saying.
Yeah, you might have to jump in and out. It seems to do the trick.
Oh, let me see. How does that sound?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All sorted, man. How you doing, man? Anyway, glad to have you back. Glad to have you back.
Of course, you like to voyeur all day long.
What was you doing with that? Was you searching for gold with that toilet roll in your hand?
It's not toilet roll. It's
roll,
a
kitchen roll. Sorry,
disguised as a toilet roll. Come on, Ricardo, get that correct. Yes, I'm race swapping now.
Yeah, so we're on to the episode One-Eyed Jack where we meet Castillo, and I think it was good that you got a little week off because now we can move on to when the series really does get really good.
I just finished watching the episode. Literally, I finished watching it 10 minutes ago, so it's really fresh in my head.
I know this is one of the good episodes as well because you're getting you're getting a new kind of dynamic here with Castillo coming in as well and making such an impression just by doing less. I mean, he just says, "I'm Captain Castillo, your new commanding officer. Someone tell me where my office is."
Oh, that is, we're going to get to that because that part is amazing. By the way, Don Johnson t-shirt. Yeah, come on, fellas. Official Miami Vice merch. Love it. He's Sonny James Crockett, 1984. I don't think that's 1984, actually, probably 85, 86, Don Johnson, but I'm not arguing either way.
No problem, man, as well. And once again, we get a really good episode where Tubbs gets to show just how fucking good he is at being undercover. I mean, Tubbs really does play divide and conquer here a little bit as well, and really knows how to play with the environment and the situation when he needs to. And not only that, we've got Lombardo being introduced as well. The very first appearance of Dennis Farina, and he will make a really good impression in another couple of episodes. Moving on,
Dennis Farina was a real life cop.
He gave
it all up to become an actor.
Yeah, it started off as like this technical advisor for Thief, but Michael really like him because he has him as a heavy at the end as well.
And then he was Lieutenant Mike Torello in Crime Story, which if you've never seen that 60s crime show set in the 60s, amazing.
I need to watch it, man. I
think Michael Mann had something to do with that. I might be wrong, but I think he did.
I think you're right. Only lasted 1 or 2 seasons. Did a star maybe die or something? Yeah, it was a good show though.
It was, man.
By the way, Captain Stubing, how are you, sir?
Yep. PB, how you doing? And I'm wondering if Miami Vice Remastered will pop on there as well. He's always been a very friendly face, and I'm always glad to have him on. And I'm hoping to get him on as a guest, but he never contacts me. I don't even know if he has any contact information I can get through to him, but I think he would be a really good guest. I don't know if the time zones are a pain in the ass, but either way, you're still welcome in the comments. It's and he's showing some really good support for this channel, man. I cannot thank him enough. I really wish I could. So I'll have to find a good way to repay him if I knew where how I can contact him. So
he's in WedSec. Did you not know that? The man's in. He cannot reveal his identity at all.
Yeah,
you have the right to become verbose. You have the right to watch Miami Vice. Should you give up this right, you will be missing some fun, entertaining television.
I tell you what, fellas, I've got to ask you a quick question. When you're watching like the remastered Miami Vice episodes in the 4:3 aspect ratio, is it like a bit of a kick in the nuts because we're so used to everything in 16:9 on television, the widescreen? How do you feel about that?
It never really bothers me.
Yeah,
I grew up with it, right?
Yeah,
this is how I saw it the first time, and this is how all TV looked till 2007 in America. So
yeah, you're correct.
Although it is a little jarring because it is different for something like 20 years now, I adjust immediately to it. I don't care. It's like absolutely normal to me, and so it's not jarring.
Yeah,
certainly not as jarring as Lieutenant. Let's get it straight, Lieutenant Castillo. Walking around like a clueless guy whistling, which is a plot device usually used to show a character is either insane or out of the not with it.
No.
When you see a character whistling on screen, usually it's a plot device to show you they're insane. They tease that here. They set Castillo up to be one kind of character for the first part of the show, and it looks like he's your typical out-of-it captain. And then there's a murderer, and when they're at the crime scene, Tubbs, of all people, goes crockett on him and starts becoming a little bit of a baby. And Castillo, just like with one of the most iconic lines and his best line ever, just tells him to calm down and get out of it. Just get away, walk off. Take a walk, detective. We'll get to the line when we get there. But
and it was totally improvised as well. It was unscripted. The reaction was totally real.
That's why, Castillo tried it. Edward James almost decided to go with it, showing how much trust he has from the director and how much confidence he has in himself. First day in the new job, I'm going to do it my way. And if you look, Crockett is like Sonny does not know what's coming because Don Johnson doesn't know what's coming. So when it's a different line, he looks visibly affected by it, and it really it heightens that scene a lot.
The first thing he does is try to be a bodyguard to Michael Philip Thomas, doesn't he? It's like, let's get out of here. I don't think he's acting. I think he's genuinely crazy.
He puts his arm around.
Have you got any slides for this show?
But sorry, man.
Have you got any slides for this episode?
Yeah, I'm going to bring it up soon. But I will.
Sorry to cut you there, Admiral. I want to see. There's a particular slide I wanted to freeze on.
I just want to mention something as well to the audience, because after we go through the plot, we will be giving our favorite main character of the episode, favorite guest character of the episode, favorite quote, favorite music moment, favorite outfit, and final ratings. And anyone in the audience can participate as well. Give us yours. Keeps the chat going. And if you catch this on the rewatch, then do leave it in the comments. But without further ado, we will jump into the episode straight away now. So I've got let me get the slides up. Bear with me for a second. Here we go. And here we go. So
if you love Elvis, this is kind of a big Elvis episode. They have a real
we'll get to Elvis, man. I fucking love Elvis. Definitely what was missing in the Miami Vice movie. So we've got this big fat buck here with this cat. He looks like the type of guy to be on The Simpsons saying, "Oh crap, I definitely shouldn't have said it was illegal." But it turns out that Sonny and Crockett are just kind of doing this surveillance thing, and it's kind of just routine as well, just so the mayor can score some brownie points with the public, saying, we're doing our jobs. You're definitely not wasting your taxpayer money or some shit anyway. But and obviously, this woman knows Barbara Carrera just comes in. She's begging for more, get some money, and then this Heavy comes in, getting rough with her, and Sonny automatically recognizes her and is like, "Okay, who is she?" to him. She's got a personal thing going on, and they get this.
She'd be a fine-looking Southern belle.
Yeah, she's a pretty woman.
Smoking hot, man. Damn.
I know, man. She's get this.
She's good enough to date James. Well. She's hot enough to date James Bond.
Yeah. And she's with this balding guy as well, who looks very sort of ordinary. And he must have had some fucking game to pull her, man. Especially for
hang on, wait a minute. You saying that's Barbara Carrera?
I don't know. So I think
her
name
really
is Barbara Carroll.
I would have spotted her a mile off, actually. But I know where you're going with that. She has those kind of vibes.
Yeah, she does a little bit.
Did I confuse? She's not the girl from Never Say Never Again? My bad.
No, it's not. It's not there. But I did get the name confused. That's my fault though. But she's another gorgeous one as well. But we do get this really fucking funny fight scene, and they've done a good job of hiding the stunt doubles here as well, because they're going down the stairs and crashing into these tables, and they're just struggling to get this one big guy.
The amount of felonies that big guy committed in the space of 2 minutes, like assaulting police officers, trying to murder a chick, destruction of public property. I mean, come on, man.
Assaulting officers, right? Imagine they pull out his wallet and they're like, "Well, you weren't the guy we were looking for, but now you're good for 25 to life in the Dade County prison."
Yep. Hey, I know how you doing, man. Do you want me to send you the link and you can pop on if unless you're busy? Because I know you're still doing like your studies and that as well. But let me know. Let me know, and I'll send it to you in chat. Okay.
I know this is only just so important, but since we established it last week, it's like, why am I being arrested? It's like, because your jacket's about a 36 regular, you got about a 32 waist, and I'm taking your wardrobe. What? It's like, give me the clothes and you can go. But leave it at that. It's like, huh? That's the best deal you're gonna get, pal.
Yeah, I need to confiscate your clothes to fill my wardrobe because I'm getting some of the clothes are starting to rip at the seams now. I've had them for a good couple of years, and
it's a 1978 drug dealer suit. I need a new one.
Yeah. So obviously they recognize Caro recognizes how the episode starts, and then they kind of reconnect a little bit on the past as well. So she's obviously rode Don Johnson some years back when they were teenagers, so they've got that personal connection there as well. But obviously he asks her how much she owes him, and about 11K, but she's paid 7K, and it wasn't enough. And she tells him about the bookies breaking in and ruining her husband's business that he's spent years setting up.
In the 1980s, whatever you owed was never enough. Like the inflated rate of interest was all verbally done, never written down.
Yeah, that's fucked.
We're back there again, but I think that she borrowed this money from a loan shark, which is why she can't really go say, I'm bankrupt. It's like, we can blow up your house with you and your family in it, or you can pay us back. You got till tonight to think it over.
I know she's had like bad gambling problems as well, so she's run a big fucking debt with these bookies.
Women in the 80s were just something special. They when I watched this, I'm like, oh no, it's all coming back again. They used to look normal and beautiful.
Yeah, and I think I think
Anna's going to Japan. Wow, enjoy.
Hey,
Lance.
I know you're busy editing something, but if you don't get a chance before we finish, you're more than welcome, man. You always are, man.
When you're in the plane going to Japan, look out the window and try to look up. You'll see the giant bracket that the light they call the sun is on as it moves across the flat diorama of our Earth.
And go to the Robot Cafe. You won't regret it.
I love this jacket that Sonny's got as well. This sort of white jacket.
Yes.
It looks very breathable as well.
So many I've seen. Gosh.
Oh yeah, women were women back in the day, man. Yeah, you're right there, man.
Yeah,
and,
they were.
You must be new. If you are, then
then
feel free to come on again. You're always welcome, man.
Admiral, show your handsome face, you brute.
You know this one. Do you know this one?
Sirs and madams.
Hey,
you know, I just point out
no, they weren't.
This is such an 80s show that I want everyone to pay attention. There are plenty of background actors. They fill the streets. They fill the offices. They have everything looks alive. However, there are no fat people.
Even in the 80s, women didn't know their limits. It's true.
Well, it's Miami. They're sweating off all the fats, aren't they?
No.
Yeah. So,
you're my new favorite friend.
So yeah, I work in Japan after time, but yes, little known fact: the land of the rising sun uses a fake sun. Ooh. So where was I?
The Earth is flat. That's one of my flat Earth jokes coming. It's like a poetry. It comes back to you. Thank you, Anna, for playing along.
Yeah, she's a very intelligent woman, Anna, and that's why I want to get her on my streams because a thick horse like me needs some smart people to kind of counteract my retardedness.
So why the hell did you recruit me then, you fool?
Well,
I need someone to feel less alone with. I need someone to feel less alone with.
Checkmark, boys and girls. That's what it is.
Yeah. Me so sorry.
Yes. I felt for that one.
Without our dumbasses, it's a 5-minute show. It's like they show up. They got some cool clothes. There's a chick they romance her for a while. It's going to work out for Crockett. Don't worry.
He really lets his
I have to be crass here because as a man of culture with two men of culture, I mean side boob, and we're talking about Sonny Crockett, by the way. I don't know what you were thinking of.
I think that Sonny could hit the gym. He's looking a little bit out of shape already, and he has been since the beginning of the season. He's really willowy.
Showing. Yeah, maybe you're right.
He's very willowy.
He's chasing drug dealers. I mean, he gets his exercise from running down fucking stairs and sliding over.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, all those cigarettes he's chain smoking throughout every episode will keep you thin. He never stops smoking, and he is a little bit of a conundrum as a cop. It's kind of hard to figure him out, but if you just go with it and trust the fact that he's a good guy cop who's got an obsession with justice, that answers most questions pretty easily.
And he lets his personal feelings really get the better of him here as well, because he's asking her to file a report, but because she's scared, She's like, "Can you just talk to this guy and get him off my back for me?"
We need to point that out. If you're 10 and you kill like 8 or 9 people, Sonny's going to see it your way and just not report it and let you go. Melanie Griffith blows away Sulu, and he's like, well, he was a jerk anyway. And she's like, I'm sorry, Sonny, I was never a hooker. He's like, well, that's good enough for me. See you later. So if it is looks-based justice, if you're gorgeous, kill as many people as you want. Don's going to let you walk.
Now, speaking of gorgeous, oh my God, what a lovely pose we have right here, Mr. Donald Johnson. And I have to say, if you think about the hair products of the time, like I think it was LA Gear was a fashion outwear, but they used to be like LA Waves or something that you used to rub in your hair. He's like he's the model for it right there. The beautiful hair. He's still got it, but not as good as it used to be back then. Just had to throw that one in.
Yeah. He's using a lot of that pump action stiff stuff in the pump action bottle. They're like, look, we gotta pump spray the hairspray because we're destroying the atmosphere. And it's the 80s. So like I was using like a bottle a week of that stuff. But yeah, Sonny, he still looks like a cop here. He hasn't lost his somewhat military look.
He's still got that sort of like boyish face as well. That sort of boyish sort of like haircut. It's not too flashy. It's not too showy like the mullets he has in season 4 and 5. It's just kind of it's grown out a little bit, but it's still kind of like very short. But
my wonder is, did he try out for Jim Morrison? Did he try out for the movie The Doors? Is that why his hair got long and sort of, and he also, he can sing. So it's not the craziest thing. Like during the time this movie's on, the Doors movie, this show's on, the Doors movie came out. Was he trying to?
Don Johnson would have had a better chance of playing Frank Zappa than Mr. Morrison.
I agree, but I'm trying to figure out why he did it. Also, his name is not, believe it or not, Donald. His parents were so poor they couldn't afford the last 4 letters. His name is Don Johnson, and when he was born, his mother was
English posh person, don't you know?
Yeah,
Jimmy.
Sir Donald Johnson's mother was 16 when he was born, and his father was 19.
Yeah, well, Don obviously worked.
Yeah, just call him Don. I can't be asked to add another syllable. Fuck that.
I got to say, Edward James Hornost, slim fit suits. Before they made it a big thing in what's the John Hamm series with the men in the title?
Madman.
Yes, yeah. When they made the slim fit suit famous, Castilla was already doing it here.
Oh yeah,
he's wearing
his skinny tie. Oh come on!
This is an outfit that you would have seen if you watched the video for Shake It Up or Candy-O from the Cars. Like at least one of them has this exact outfit with the ultra thin tie, which may even be made of leather. We don't know.
Yeah. Those skinny ties were fantastic. They really were a fashion statement.
And it doesn't make him look glamorous either. It just makes him look very plain because he's got short sleeves under the suit. Right, that shows this is not who's wearing the suit to look stylish. This is a suit that's from a guy that's just trying to look formal because he's a very formal guy, isn't he?
In a very heat-ridden Miami, by the way. Everybody else is dressed down. He's dressed up, which is a really cool observation of his character.
He's like, fuck this. I was in Vietnam wearing a lot of like army fatigues. I can handle it.
Yeah.
The build-up of his character
here. Sorry, carry on, James.
Go for it. Oh, he was military intelligence during Vietnam. It doesn't say he specifically went to Vietnam in the character bio I saw. However, he does indicate that he is familiar with Vietnam and had worked military intel on our side during that war. Yeah, he's the blade behind the tie. Has a blade behind that tie.
Oh yeah,
he's got a small package of cocaine.
You know what he's talking about.
Yeah, you could use that tie to chop off someone's fucking head, man. But
Jesus Christ,
pure presence.
Say we all.
The pure presence here, just by saying, "Can someone tell me where my office is?" And that's it. That is brilliant. That's so brilliant.
It is one of the best character intros ever. Apart from Jack Donaghy in 30 Rock from Alec Baldwin when he was normal, this is probably one of the greatest entries ever. Not a rare entry, which we can save for later, but my God, what a... It's just so, it really blows you away. And of course, it's a little biographical with his character because when you get to, and I know we're not there yet, but the Golden Triangle 1 and 2, you know why he's a badass in this episode. It really sets it up.
That's his military intelligence background. Yeah. The Golden Triangle was his specialty when he was in the military, was military intel. But as we saw him for the first time, he's sort of whistling idly, looking off, and the first line we get is, Lieutenant Castillo, can you tell me where my office is?
Dixie.
Yeah, and everyone's really sort of wondering, what's this guy's deal? I mean, and he keeps you guessing as well. Is he going to be a thorn in their sides, or is he actually going to be a reliable?
Sonny Crockett wearing the pink, loving the pink, man.
Oh yeah, he's rocking it, man. He's got the complexion for it, though. He's got the build for it. I could never rock that. I just look like a fucking gay bear or something, and that's it.
But don't worry, we can hang it together. We can be gays forever.
Yeah, you need a good-looking friend if you're going to go with the gay bear thing. He could be your lipstick gay sidekick. He's your wingman. But I would say if he had walked into work at the NYPD when my dad was a cop dressed like that, the other cops would have been laughing out loud and saying like, "Hey guys, the gay bar's up the street, Crockett."
Yeah,
and of course, Ricardo Tubbs wearing a stud like me. Oh gosh, I feel so honored.
Speaking of gay jokes, they do get Don Johnson does get a nice little zinger in when Gina's like, he's cute, don't you think? It's like, he ain't mad.
Not my type. The analog typewriter. Look at that.
I know this is why it's such a great time capsule. That's why these great TV shows are awesome time capsules. You're looking at how things were, even though the show is very exaggerated, you still get a hint of some history, aren't you?
I've got to cut in here very quickly, fellas, because when what a handsome man you are. I met this guy from eBay this week. He's somebody's lovely microphone, very hard to get hold of now, the Shure SM7DB. And I said to him, "Do you have any analog gear?" Here's what the sweetheart said. "What's that?" Do you have a walkie-talkie or perhaps a CB radio? I don't have any of those. Okay.
2 cans of the string coming up, pal.
Oh, spoilers, JN as well. I want to watch NYPD Blue. I should really check out. I've only seen a couple of episodes when it was when they were doing the reruns, but I will try.
The best part about that is if you watch Seinfeld, every time we see George at his home, next to his bathroom shaving mirror, he's got a picture of Sipowicz. Dennis Franz becomes his fashion icon, and he starts trying to dress and look like him, like as though that was a good idea. Because Sipowicz is one of those cops who hasn't had time to get a haircut, shave, leave work, take a shower, or buy a new suit in 10 years.
That's and before James Gandolfini, he was the sex symbol on TV.
He was considered sexy for reasons we cannot ascertain.
Has anyone seen that footage of Ian McKellen just fucking topless, getting drunk and not giving a shit, man? It's like,
no,
it's really, check it out, man. It's really bizarre. I kind of think, you fucking legend, man. You know what? If I'm in my Nazis, I don't give a shit. Why not? But I love how
that's from that movie where he plays like a gay Lothario to Live and Die on Long Island with Jason Priestley, or is it just this was him out dancing and clubbing? Because he's both, right? He is gay, but he's played a few gay characters. Was it from a movie or was it?
I don't know.
I think it's from real life.
From real life?
No, it's real life. No, it's real life. It's real life. Yeah. It's somebody shot on his phone. He's like drunk and just
when they were making Lord of the Rings, he took this cast of the male boys out to gay bars, don't you know? Gay bar.
These people had fun because it doesn't look like that Lord of the Rings project is worth seeing. So at least they had a good time.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I love
still the greatest Gandalf ever.
Yeah. I do love how Castillo is he's asking Crockett if he's filed that report yet. Crockett's like, no, not yet.
That line was like, what the bro? Like, why would you ask that? And I thought, jeez.
It is a gaping hole in the show. It is a gaping hole in this show that they've killed about 30 people.
I'm sitting upright, thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah, but it does, once again, you're getting some tension with these two as well, because he's not filed a report like he was supposed to, and he's asking, what, I haven't yet, why? And he just gives him that stare. And I love how Tubbs puts his feet off the table as soon as he gives Don Johnson that stare. It's brilliant. I thought
he gives him a look. Yeah, this is a very powerful.
Why he asked that question when you find it later on in the episode. So it's a reason. Sorry to interrupt you. Oh my God! Now, English, you know you have to do this, mate. Frame by frame, please.
Damn no. I didn't get it, but no, we'll go on the shot.
You're killing me already, dude. You have to go back, dude. You're killing me already, man.
There we go. Here we go.
No, before this even.
Okay. All right. Okay.
If you can get it, that is. If you can't, you can't. But oh my god, it's such a great opening shot of the next scene.
It is, I know, it's fucking
Yeah,
brilliant.
Sonny's hanging out down at the marina, having fun, living his life. We don't find out until the Lost episodes that somewhere in Miami there's also a small, not so well kept apartment that Sonny can go to when there's a hurricane or something. He actually does have a place.
This guy reminds me of Rob Thomas from that group, what is something 41 or whatever. But yeah, he looks like Rob Thomas. Give me your heart, make it real, or else forget about it.
Yeah, so this is
the old
DeMarco,
days,
isn't it?
The phone. Look at the phone they bought him, and he's doing
The
something
big
you'll never
fucking
see
phone
on
that
TV
DeMarco
again.
is. Yeah, the
Product
big
placement. We got product placement for tobacco. They bought a landline over to his table, like in a couple of James Bond movies, and he takes the call at the table. This is uncommon at this time, so it's like this commands some attention. So he's living a non-low profile life. And again, like I said, product placement, clearly a pack of Marlboros on that table. That's going to become illegal in about 4 more years to have cigarettes of any identifiable kind.
Right.
Is he also advertising that hat because he's really making himself look like a dodgy fucking dealer here as well? And this is Joe D'Alessandro, if I'm pronouncing his name right, and he plays DeMarco. So he's basically one of the bookies that was working for Lombard as well. But it seems like he kind of does his own thing as well against Lombard's orders. Maybe Lombard doesn't know what methods he uses to get the money. It's like, as long as you get the money, I don't care, you know. But obviously,
let's see some bikini babes, please. I want to see some bikini action now. Come on.
Yeah, but this is something Lombard will end up coming to terms with in the final episode as well, when he learns about just how much blood is on his hands through his ignorance. But yeah, Sonny calls up to him and is like, listen,
wow, that's a suntan, man.
Everything, and you better start returning all the things you stole from it and keep off fucking Caro's back. And he's like,
Fu just said it though. Look at Crockett. He is now 3 tones darker than episode 1. He's been hanging out in Miami.
Really out of my diversity all of a sudden. But
he's going to be Latino in a couple more episodes if he keeps going out in the sun that often.
Props to the costume designer, because if you know your color scheming, gents, gray goes with purple extremely well. So full marks to them.
Yeah, he looks great, and I guess we would call it a lilac colored shirt. It's
yes,
sort of
perfect. That's the
mashup. And he's got one of his more normal jackets. This is a very normal jacket that you could still wear today. No shoulder pads.
Again.
Is it a
great color?
Jacket? Is it a breathable jacket, by the way, though? I don't know if it does. It doesn't look
like
it
doesn't look very breathable. I did find out one thing. The last episode we saw that had that little parade sequence where they're dressed up in the death drag or whatever you want to call it. That did air the week of Halloween. So the part where they put on the death masks and start dancing in that parade, that airs Halloween week. This is like the week of November 5th or something.
And it still looks boiling hot as well in November. It's
only starting to cool off. It'll cool off in a few more weeks. It is intolerable from Memorial Day until Thanksgiving. So it's just about to be cool enough. It might be the first day you could wear a non-vented jacket like that. That was, that's a regular jacket. That is a suit jacket you would wear anywhere. And it's not like Don Johnson's character to sacrifice comfort. So I'm guessing that now it's just a cooler day. We've dropped below 90 here and there, and he looks great in this jacket. Like you said, it's great. Grayscale looks best on Sonny. He looks best when he's dressed.
Nice one. Yeah, I like that.
It does seem to complement the fucking lilac shirt he's wearing as well. It doesn't make him look too flamboyant. It looks actually pretty well. I mean, if you've got the complexion and the kind of look to pull it off, I think Don does it pretty well.
It matches his eyes. I hate to sound overly fashionable here, ladies and gentlemen, but if you look at Sonny, he has blue-gray eyes.
In this show is pretty much a fashion show as well as a college.
Well, it had to be. They were being sponsored for free by Armani and Gucci and Hugo Boss, etc. Cartier as well. In fact, they get flashed up on the opening titles, don't they? I'm sure you see their name at some point. Ralph Lauren.
Yeah, Armani, everything. And even, Tubbs actually mentions an Armani suit.
I know, you took that away from me, dude. Yeah, because I before he says that, I said to myself, I bet he's wearing an Armani suit because they're less boxy than the Hugo Bosses. The Bosses were actually famous for being boxy-shouldered.
And this one doesn't look too boxy either. It actually looks like it's well tailored to him.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I love how
come
it
on,
just
guys.
puts the,
When he went to the office in the 80s in the suits and he thought, it's great, but why do I feel so hot inside? He didn't understand that polyester is not a breathable material, or the whole jacket was polyester. He'd be like, oh my God, what did I buy?
If I had to guess, I would say this jacket's Bill Blast because the collar and lapel are normal and very classic, which is the Bill Blast move. And Bill is having a bit of a year. He's the most conventional clothing maker whose clothes can still get on this show. But that jacket, it does seem like Bill Blast. But here he is, getting ready for his assignment, gathering information. And in the next frame, the real star of this show is going to show up.
Oh yeah, the Lieutenant Castillo. Yeah. I think Teague mentioned that a couple of weeks ago as well because we never got a scene about
we didn't get a funeral scene for Rodriguez, as we like to call him here. Kung Fu, never correct Northern on the pronunciation of the Latino names. It's one of the best parts.
I didn't know.
One of the best parts of the show. I can't wait till we get to see John. So how do you say it again?
I called it Rodriguez.
Leguizamo. John
Rodriguez.
And we got John Leguizamo coming up soon too. Don't ever change the way you say that. John Leguizamo in a couple of episodes.
Yeah, I'm calling him. I'm pronouncing his fucking name wrong because he's he's a plank, isn't he? John Leguizamo.
He went totally wanker in the last couple of years. Is he Italian or is he just
I don't fucking know.
I believe he's Latino.
I don't think he fucking knows either, to be honest, though, because he can't seem to make up his mind whether he's Latino or Italian.
Yes, just discount your own ethnicity, boys and girls. It works for me.
Thank God I'm both. Yeah, I try to ignore it, Kung Fu, but just since you're a nice guy, I just avert my eyes from the screen.
You haven't DM'd me, by the way. You've not sent me one single direct message, though, even though we're following each other on X.
There's a candygram on the way.
In your case.
It's OF, and there's a candygram on the way.
I love how he just puts the cigarette out on his cake as well as like,
these
things. I mean, that is a total boss move, man. This is like, fuck you. You're doing what I'm telling you to do. All right.
This episode is so great. I mean, I'm going to give you my marks out of 10 at the end of the episode, but holy shit, man. It was good to revisit this one.
I didn't get the shot of Lombard's first appearance. I didn't get the shot of Lombard's first appearance when DeMarco tells him what's happening, but but this is where we cut to Elvis. Apparently, he was crashing a fucking party or something. This is like the fourth
not killing innocent humans in the process. Really?
Did we blame LSD again, or is Elvis just permanently whacked out of his mind now? We're gonna give up on excuses. It's an alligator. It doesn't need a reason to be crazy.
So Sonny really defends him, saying, "Well, he's a bit of a party man. What can you expect, man?" It's like. I mean, and so they're threatening to take him off Sonny's boat and release him back into the wilds. And he's like, "Where's he going to get crumb donuts in the Everglades?" He's just so casual.
And this is afterwards.
And God, this is why I still don't like the Miami Vice movie, because Don Johnson is just getting all these great laughs and he's playing it with charisma and charm. And sorry, Colin,
I will never ever watch the Michael Mann MV movie ever again. Watched it once, forget about it forever.
I know, it's a shame because the movie does have some really good action. You can really tell the people have done their training, and there are some really good, smart little moments where they have to make these drops without being discovered or having the cover blown. I thought,
but it's too serious. This lacks anything like the TV show had.
I know.
Yeah, it's really too edgy. And was the TNA girl, as we call her in America, wasn't that Tandy? I can't act, and I'm in Only Bad Movies Newton. She's in the unwatchable.
Naomi Harris, wasn't it?
Is it?
I think it is Naomi Harris, yeah.
We've got a cop
you're right, she can't act.
We've got a cop who will jump into his cigarette boat and go to Cuba for mojitos, which is like federal crime. He does that for lunch. So the Miami Vice movie, Colin Farrell does well. It was in his bloated phase. He's a little heavy looking in the movie, but his American accent's on point. And maybe Jamie Foxx was possibly a little better, but in that movie, it's like 70% Crockett, 30% Tubbs.
Yeah, apparently Jamie Foxx.
I wonder what the reboot's going to be like.
Yeah, apparently
Jamie Foxx Tubbs and 20% Crockett.
Yeah, I'll be making a video about that soon with Joseph Kosinski's Miami Vice. I've got a few things that I want to say about that. I'm kind of hopeful for it, but I'm dialing back a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a little bit weird on Austin Butler playing Crockett. I would have thought.
Just make new cop.
I keep forgetting his name now. Fucking the guy from The Running Man and Top Gun Maverick.
Glenn Powell.
I mentioned it before and I forgot again.
Glenn Powell.
Yeah.
Glenn Powell. That's him. Yeah, he's. I think he would have been the best. I think he's the best.
Yes,
choice.
he would have been actually.
He's dating Liz from 1923, so hats off to him.
Lucky bastard, man.
Michelle Randolph is really good looking. She also is really tiny. She comes up to about his waist when I've seen them walking down pictures of them walking together. So way to go, Glenn Powell. And you're right. He's the only person with Don Johnson like energy. And it's unfortunate when they made the last movie, Glenn Powell was like 6 years old, because honestly, you could have used him in that role. There's nothing wrong with Colin Farrell's delivery or acting. It's just Michael Mann showed that he wasn't that involved with the show because the movie has its own identity, and it's not the one you were looking for. It feels
more like a really sort of like it's got all the good technical parts of like Collateral, but it just doesn't have that same kind of. You'd think Michael Mann would have made Miami feel very euphoric, like he did with Heat. And
I mean, Collateral is more Miami Vice than his Miami Vice movie.
It's a well-made movie, but it's not a good story, and it's got a few dead spots. It's too bad.
Honestly, in my opinion, the only Miami Vice of the 2000s that's worth watching is Burn Notice. I mean, he got good characters. Dynamic. It's very fun to watch.
Yeah,
Miami looks really gritty, but at the same time, it looks beautiful. You just want to be with these characters every episode, and
they're open about it.
It's a nice side companion to Miami Vice.
I know, and it's in the 2000s. It's in the 2000s, and they remember to have fun. They remember to have fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So obviously, he manages to get Elvis out of the band by saying he's with the police force. So then he gets a call from DeMarco to meet about the compensation money. But he's like, "Why can't you send it to Barbara Caro?" He's like, "I just need you to meet you because I'm definitely not trying to set you up here." And it turns out he set him up because
Dan Hedaya, God,
there he is.
Lawyer gets involved and he's like, well, there's been like talk about him accepting bribes for 6 months, and we finally got him, and blah blah blah. And
that's like, a good shot there, by the way. It looks like Castillo's wearing a Cartier watch. From a glance from here, it looks like it's Cartier.
Yeah, it's very. He looks very informal as well, doesn't he?
He's got a little bit of elegance about him.
Yeah, and we'll start seeing more arsehole lawyers like this character later on, played by different actors, but they're basically the same character, aren't they, in a way? You know, we see Richie from The Sopranos playing one when Trudy kills someone for the first time in self-defense.
Well, this guy's about to get his own show. This is the one of 2 spin-offs. This one failed. There were 2 spin-offs from Cheers. This is one of them. He's Nick Tortelli in the episodes of Cheers. He plays Carla's first husband. So he got his own show that lasted like 1 season. Dan Hedaya was pretty up and coming and pretty sought after, and he plays a sleazy lawyer perfectly. He was born to play a sleazy lawyer, and I like how Castillo never looks at the attorney. Never even looks at him.
Because once again, he's doing that mystery as well. He's being by the book. He's trying to stop his officers from losing their jobs, but they're being a little bit too hot-headed, aren't they? Tubbs is being... Of course, it's very understandable. He's very loyal to Sonny. You know, Sonny's actually had his back since he got fucking nearly got done in for misconduct. Over
at NYPD.
He basically almost lost his New York police job. If he hadn't switched departments, he probably would have gotten investigated and fired because he exceeded his orders by going to Miami. He had the right to continue the investigation. He stopped updating his superiors and went to Miami on his own. So that was kind of got him in hot water. But of course, since this is Miami Vice, like, so you're a gray area cop who won't go by the book. We got a job for you down here, buddy.
Yeah. So obviously Barbara Caro hasn't filed any charges against the heavy anyway that they were fighting earlier, and it looks like he's going to have to do a court hearing in a couple of days. So he's bumped down to admin as well. He's like saying, we can bring Barbara Caro down here and sort it all out. And Castillo says, no, because why? It's going to be her word against theirs. And what's the point? She wouldn't file for assault against the heavy. So what was the point? That's what I'm guessing anyway. Any opinions on that?
I agree. This scene is more to establish that Castillo is very competent and to add to his air of mystery, because he comes in, he's whistling, and he's like, where's my office? And he's sort of out of it. So they're like, who is this guy? And someone's like, that's, our new commanding officer. And I believe they attribute him to a real thing, the Organized Crime Containment Bureau, which is what the Vice Squad is called in real life, at least in New York. And he's supposed to be a very serious military background guy. So while all this is going on, he's just, saying, I'm going to take a couple of aspirin and just ignore this effing lawyer. And he lets his officers state their case. And you can't really tell whose back he's got yet. All you know is that he's very by the book.
I love
and
that as well.
He's assessing this.
It seems very logical as well, his decision, the decisions he's making here, because he's probably has been through this before, and he's probably paid a very high price doing it. So he's making sure his officers don't do the same, because they're still coming across as kids who are slacking off a little bit as well, and going a little bit to being a bit more disobedient to what their job.
Hence the line about the paperwork, because we have seen a lot of stuff go on, and just walking away from a shooting scene to go continue with your cop life. And modern cop shows now, like your partner takes your gun and you got to go to internal. It's like you're off the streets for a couple of episodes. Like
and they spend about 5 seconds at a desk pretending to do admin. In this show, they actually do admin.
They throw it to Trudy and Gina, but yes, admin jobs start finally getting done. It's like, Sonny killed 8 people. I need you to make this look like an accident. Go ahead. Here's the report. Finish it for him. Sonny's playing with his alligator. He's not going to be bothered to do it. It's Saturday. Sonny.
If you had Nicholas Angel on hand, he would have done that in a fucking montage. He would. It's because so this is Jimmy Ray Weeks as well, a very good actor we've seen in a lot of stuff. He plays a guy called Jerry. He's the husband of Barbara Caro, and apparently he was helping her out through her problems, and she felt real bad with the way that it was leaking into her family. She was even gonna divorce him just so that she could deal with the problem herself, but he's like, no, I'm gonna help you fight this. We're gonna fight this together.
And look at his home. And his home is not much to talk about, is it? As they're walking towards his home, it's nothing to crow about, is it? It's just like an average home for an average family with problems.
Honestly, for an average fucking house, I would still love this one. It still looks very beautiful.
I would.
It's extremely Florida. It's a 1-level ranch. It's not even split level.
One level.
Floor home.
1 level. Cool.
We
call them bungalows.
I will give Jimmy Ray Weeks credit as well. He really does make you feel sorry for this guy straight away. I mean, you only know him for like a minute, and you just feel bad for him. You want him and his wife to, get better and prevail through all this as well. And
picking the right actor for the right role. Yep, and there you go.
Well, I know, because we see him a couple of years later in Midnight Run, and he's kind of like the dumbass federal agent, isn't he? He's like, hey, that guy has the same name as you.
Hey, look over there.
Well. But there's a real sincerity, though, as well. He's not a very glamorous guy. He's got receding hair, everything, but it looks like he's still...
Hey, Maura number 1, put Maura number 2 on the phone. Where did they get that from?
But as Tubbs is like, so how did it go? And he's like, it didn't. And he's about to put an APB, but he realizes, oh, yeah, shit. I can't do this, can I? So he gives it to
Very
Tubbs.
Clever.
Yeah. So
that's cheating as well, man. God.
I know. So they're putting APB out, looking for Barbara Caro, and off screen it's looking like Switek has discovered a gambling den where DeMarco goes. So they think, okay, we're going to get this fucker now. Tubbs is going to try and get him with this guy and set him up. And this is the last time we see Barbara Caro.
Oh God,
that intimate knowledge of the Miami gambling scene is going to come back to hurt Switek. But right now, he's just kind of dipping his toe in the illegal gambling waters. In the final Lost episodes, we're going to see he goes full rogue cop and just in over his head, betting on baseball left and right, and just being a nut, having a fit, screaming at his TV set, being thrown out by his wife because he can't stop gambling. So we're teasing that there's some depth here. We won't get into it for a while, but
I like how you already know that this is the last time we'll see of her as well. I
like the neon signs in the background. I need some of them for my setup. Oh my God. So
I want these.
Probably will work really well.
Yeah, I want these lights myself.
Yeah.
I love the calm threats though of DeMarco as well. Like, I know another way where he can pay it, and he doesn't scream or get angry with her as well. He's actually coming across very kind-hearted and considerate towards her. But that's not going to end well.
We call them sociopaths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he wins some money as well. He actually starts talking with DeMarco. He starts chatting with the out of him.
I've got to tell you guys a story about that as well later on. No. How much did they pay for this song, by the way? Eric Clapton. How much did they pay to get that song?
Yeah. It's like, so it looks like Gina's forgiven Don Johnson for fucking her off for his wife, which didn't work out anyway because, hey, she wants to ride Don Johnson's Johnson. So, okay. Hey, John the Beagle Dad, how you doing, man?
Hey, John, good to see you.
Hi, Beagle Dad. I like beagles, nice dogs.
Yeah. Seen a couple come across my German Shepherd as well. Some are very friendly, some get a little bit scared around her, but she's a real friendly dog, though, man. But the small dogs, they just don't see it. They just see this big fucking German Shepherd. And she's
The
like
kiss that they have,
yeah,
the kiss that they have. I mean, that's like a proper kiss, man. That's not like it's like no tongues, just like yeah. And you can tell the actress is pleased to see him. Like Sandra Santiago, like yeah, Don Johnson. I'm gonna make out with this guy right now, and Don's thinking, yeah, fellas, get in line.
It's the tan and the lilac share that's doing
kiss,
it,
man.
isn't it? It's the tan and the lilac share.
He should have dated her in real life. They're a great couple.
I'm wondering if they
what
did. They have so much energy here that it's sort of crackling off the screen, their sexual magnetism, which is, if you come in later seasons, Gina has been relegated to. She's another cop who works with Sonny. She has some more depth and she's more important, but we sort of forget that her and Sonny have this, my place or yours, as long as no one talks at work about it, sort of arrangement, even though people at work would be they work with cops, so I'm assuming they're observant enough to notice that Sonny and Gina just disappear for 25 minutes and come back with their hair all messed up a couple of times a day.
Teague, I've got to ask you about this scene. Do you think this is actually shot in real lights, or did they use lights to make it look like it's dusk or dawn?
Let's have a
I think
look.
the close-ups on Sonny might be in a studio, but it might be, but this more fulsome shot is absolutely real.
Yeah, the thing is, obviously, bit of clever editing as well, don't you, to hard out the studio.
Here's my caveat. This is what I think they did. I honestly believe the boat was lifted out of the water, put onto the dock, and put on a stable struts so that it's not moving. Otherwise, while they're talking, we would be doing this the whole time. And
that makes sense.
Came by. So I think the boat was pulled out of the water and put on the dock next to it. It's got its own slip dedicated to filming. And so they do have a stable boat that can move the cameras around outside of it without having it to be, some sort of water thing.
That. Yep.
They usually shoot the boat from the right side of the boat looking across. We never shoot from the left looking towards land ever, that I've seen in the show. So I believe the boat's been pulled out of the water, but look at this. I don't know if this is a cell phone or the phone on Sonny's boat, but he doesn't have a landline. So it is some sort of mobile, and it's not,
the fact the antenna comes up, we've got to call it an FM phone, folks. Why do we call it that? It's a cool phone.
It doesn't look very brick-like you see most of these cell phones from the 80s. Yeah.
It looks very much like the cell phone that they have in Miami. In Vice City GTA. It looks nothing like the original cell phone, which is the big modular walkie style Vietnam.
Yeah, oh God. Which you fry your brain and egg on.
Also, one question here as well. Is Sonny just sitting out in the open in his boxers or something? I mean, I know he just shagged Gina, but could put some fucking shorts on or some trousers or something, because I don't know.
He was good as he was actually.
He digs that walk around dressed in just his bathing suit or only his trousers thing a lot.
But excuse me, Gina in that football top. I thought about Jennifer Aniston in Office Space when she's wearing the t-shirt the next morning.
Yeah.
It's a shame you never see some random asshole walk by saying, "Hey, you two look like you just had sex." I mean, you're not in fresh clothes or anything. I mean, did you have sex? You had sex, didn't you, you two dirty dogs?
I've been fishing a few times, and I know that smell. That's not fishing. That's sex. What are you two been up to? It's hanging in the air, Sonny. You're not even trying. You're flaunting this.
But look at the energy these characters are bringing to the screen as well. You got Toots sort of like dancing around saying, "Hey, I got in there with the Mako and I won $2,700."
Yeah, and here's the thing. I'm going to bring my point in. With $2,700 back in the 80s, you could probably pay for 7 months' rent, which I thought is what his character was going to do as he was looking for a place to shack up in, or I don't know, buy several suits and you're lined up for the next 5 years. But what he does with the money later on, I'm like, no, Ricardo, what are you doing, dude?
You could buy a medium price car outright for cash. You just walk in with that briefcase and he would have some change because it's of where it is. $2,700. He might even be able to say, you know what? I want the better radio in this car.
No, you know what? Better than that, he probably could have bought 2 Rolex Daytonas for that price because back then they were regarded as hideous watches. So he probably could have.
For $50,000 even in the 80s. That's been a fixed price point for a long, long time.
Sorry, say that again.
I've heard prices quoted as high as $50,000 for the Rolexes back as far as the 80s.
You're kidding me, really? In the UK, it wasn't that way at all. And when the Daytonas came over to the UK, that a watch dealer told me this, he couldn't get rid of them because people thought they were hideous. Until it dawned upon people later on that these were actually a lot more valuable than they were, then yeah, in the UK that is, then they went a different way. But people like Paul Newman obviously loved the Daytona, and I can't blame him. It's a lovely watch. But if you're saying it's $50,000 always in the USA, well, my God,
it was 25 at this point. But yeah,
forget it.
It's a serious piece of bling. You need to carry that gun if you're going to walk around with this much money flashing it on your wrist. But yeah, the thing is, just so you know, this in the 80s is when they came up with the idea that if something is really expensive, it must be good. Because, for instance, they could not sell seats on the Concorde. They could not sell a seat on the Concorde. Yeah. So they raised the price from $200 to $10,000, and it's sold out for the rest of its existence. Because people are like, well, I'm flying on the Concorde. It's $10,000. People are like, wow, you have the napkins from the Concorde. Holy smoke.
You do touch on a great point here, because again, for the people out there who never lived in the 80s, whatever you bought back in the day, whether it was a pair of moccasin shoes that were probably 14 quid, then you look at what Sonny or Ricardo are wearing, like the alligator skin shoes, which will probably cost about $1,000. That's your price difference right there. Back in the 80s, what you paid for is what basically your money dictated how bad or good you would look.
And
it was a fact of life back then.
These cops are making maybe $20 an hour on overtime. That's their money range. Yeah, it buys more.
Calderon pretty much says it's like a $400 or $500 a week cops, doesn't he?
$100 a day to be
I
a cop without overtime. I wanted to be the 1980s
all over again. Me and my mum in the 80s, just hanging out with her today, kind of reminded me I need the 80s back in my life again.
Yeah, we all do as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, Barbara Caro. It turns out that Barbara Caro has been
killed. God, yeah.
It's a devastating scene as well. And yeah, he's made up his mind already that he's going to seek revenge, isn't he? I mean, Sonny is trying to calm him down, saying, "We're going to get this guy. We're going to handle it." He's like, "What? Like you did before?" Like,
that I tell you what, that was a much deserved line against Sonny Crockett, because I was watching this thinking, hang on a minute, they are trailing Barbara, but they're like 3 steps behind. And it's like, come on, man. You thought he would have paid more attention to protect her, and he didn't. So, yeah, he had that coming. Sadly, I have to agree with her husband.
Yes, and it's going to weigh on him as well. And it's very understandable why he wants to get Lombard straight away when they mentioned it was a 2-2. But Castillo is being right here as well. It's like anyone can buy a 2-2, not just jump on Lombardo here.
I know what's coming up next if you're going to get the scene.
I know. And then Tubbsat's being a bit, that's being a bit fucking disobedient. He's being loyal to his friend.
Yes.
Don't ever come up to my face like that again.
Yeah.
Look at his eyes.
Shit.
Look at his eyes. He's burning a hole right.
This guy, you would not fuck with him.
No, especially he hasn't even pulled out his samurai sword yet. But as we talked before, that scene is the first time that we have Castillo operational. In other words, before now, he's been in his office. Yeah, we've acknowledged that he's in charge, but they don't know what to make of him. And in a rare moment of impulsivity that does not seem to bother this character as much as it bothers Sonny, it's Tubbs, who's the one who's now frustrated. They got burned because they didn't do the best police work. Let's just be honest. The show shows us them doing mediocre police work. They lose their tail. She gets killed. They're trained to do this better. So part of this is they're definitely angry at themselves. Tubbs has been through a lot already. He's lost a brother. He's seen a lot of people get killed. And he has to hang out with Crockett, who's a madman who can only hang out with an alligator. He's so crazy. But he has to walk up to the captain and he's like, whose side are you on? What are you thinking? And Castillo is looking down at the ground and sort of observing, looking at the crime scene, and he's not paying one whit of attention to what Tubbs is saying. And Tubbs has his moment, and he raises his voice, and he's animated, and Castillo just looks back and he goes, "Don't ever get in my face this way again."
I know he's not telling him, "Listen, I'm on your side." No, he doesn't. He's like, "You should
That's
fucking
the line
know.
that
You should know
breaks him.
better." He
That's
doesn't
the line
justify.
that's the line that draws the response, because he's having a little bit of a meltdown and a hissy fit, and he's acting much like Sonny does, and Castillo's simply ignoring him, and he's doing his job. He's looking around on the ground, and there's a shell casing or whatever's going through his head, and he's like, finally, because he's not getting reaction, it gets to Tubbs so much. He's like, "Whose side are you on?" And at that point, he stops looking around. He's stock still for a moment. He's frozen, and he just with his head and his eyes stares straight into Philip Michael Thomas's eyes, like, "Don't ever come up to me like that again, detective."
Yeah.
And
he
that's
never explains himself as well, which is good, because why should I explain myself to you? You should fucking know better right now.
I'm the
But
lieutenant. He puts him in his place.
It's good on the moment character acting, because I don't know what they did in rehearsal, but
they didn't do that.
Don Johnson.
It was on the spot, man. It was on the spot. It was totally
Don
unexpected.
Johnson's character is so emotionally stunted by meeting his ex again and then failing to protect her. It's actually natural for him to be not being so hot-tempered, and Ricardo kind of wears his alligator shoes for a change and then suffers the repercussions of it. And Dennis Farina right here wearing a royal blue top, and I used to own royal blue tops, so I know the color straight away, unless I get corrected, of course. He pulls it off here. It's like a very good contrast between baddie and goody right here in this frame. I love it.
They go against dynamic, right?
I can see why my mum thinks I'm Ricardo Tubbs, actually.
And plus, we do get to know Lombardo a little bit here as well, and he's very charming. And I love how Tubbs is just in there straight away, isn't he? He's got his natural charisma, everything.
Yeah.
And I love that line when it's like, "Yeah, you're awfully dark skinned for an Italian."
Yeah, that's my favorite quote.
Yeah. I'm from way down south of Italy.
I like your sense of humor. I like yours too.
I like your humor too. Yeah, I love it, man. And Dennis Farina, fuck me, he really does make the most of his screen time. I think
this man has so much swagger, man. Jesus Christ.
I don't think he gets to shine a lot better in the finale, but he's still doing really well here. I really love him. And,
I mean, Farina was like Titus Welliver much later on. When I see Titus popping up here, there, and everywhere in TV shows like Life with Damian Lewis, I thought, why isn't this guy on the big screen somewhere? He's got so much charisma. Farina was before Welliver, and you can put those two together and know these guys were destined to be onto bigger and better things.
I know, and he does end up kind of starring in a lot of movies later on. He's obviously in Midnight Run. He's on Get Shorty as well. I really love him in
Get Shorty. He's so good in Get Shorty, Jesus, and of course Snatch with Guy Ritchie.
Snatch as well, and
London,
Out of Sight
as
well. Out of Sight with Jennifer Lopez as well. He's I think,
is he in that?
Yeah, he plays her dad.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I need to watch that now in that case. Thank you, man.
That is a good film.
He's a really good actor. Here's the deal why he's not in more bigger roles. Because when he started out, he was typecast as a trauma horror movie cop. He's in a bunch of low-budget horror movies.
No, really?
Check out Doll Man. Doll Man is one of the movies, and he plays a cop in a lot of trauma movies or a paranormal.
Oh, thank you.
Mulder type stuff. Yeah, that's why he's strong enough to carry a movie, but because he was in such small, poorly regarded, he's like he arrests a toxic Avenger at some point, kind of a career. So he wasn't taken as seriously as his acting power is. This show is just using a movie actor in a TV show. So for this, it's really good casting.
I know, and he has got a very likable charm to him as well. I know he's kind of playing variations of himself, like he's playing a much more arsehole version of himself in Get Shorty and a much more psychotic version of himself in Midnight Run. But there's just something about Dennis Farina. There's something very genuine about how he comes off on screen. That he never looks like he's phoning it in. He's
part of the Dick Wolff Club because he's going to then show up for a while on Law and Order in a few years.
Yeah, because he was a real cop as well. I mean, it was like
he's
a technical
NYPD as well. Funny enough,
as well as a heavy, because you see him at the end where James Caan is just blasting the fuck out of him with the shotgun at the end.
And Jeffrey Dean Morgan would be the other actor I would think of. If you saw him in Supernatural, you're thinking, why isn't this guy doing bigger things? Suddenly he explodes after he leaves season 2 of Supernatural. Then he's in The Watchmen and Say No More.
He was in Angel as well. I actually saw an episode. He looks real young. He had longer hair.
Sorry, he was in Angel.
Baby face. He's got a baby face,
dude.
I think Jeffrey Dean Morgan would be a good Lombardo if he's in the movie. If he's in the latest movie, I think Jeffrey Dean Morgan would be well cast in that role.
Listen, guys, when they do official casting for the Miami Vice film, I will be putting on my headmaster's thing and a rod, saying to Joseph Kosinski, "Wrong choice, good choice." I don't know. I hope it's not focused on Sonny and Tubbs. It's got to be all the other supporting characters have to play their roles. So I don't know how much because F1 the movie, you got good side support characters, but they're not in it enough, I think, to carry things on, which would be helpful. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm nervous and excited about this MV film coming out next year, but I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, is it next year then? Oh,
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I hope
which is good. Which is good.
Yeah. Now I like this bit where what's his name? I forgot his name now. Schroeder. That's the name of the character played by Dan Hedaya. He's looking through the files.
Everyone's on Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah. All right. He's looking through the files. Everyone's not happy about it, but Castillo is saying just let him do his job. And it's like, yeah, okay, it makes sense as well, because if he lets him do his job and look through all the files, he can find fuck all and he can go away quicker, can't he? But
the creases in the shirt, guys, the creases in the outfits, all realistic.
But this is obviously the crew still think like Castillo is kind of just being a by the book bureaucrat as well, who's not who's more concerned with looking proper than actually trying to help people, but which is not the case, of course. But obviously,
Don Johnson just had his collar rolled up there. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
very 80s. You know what? The first thing that they give us and all the information that we have for most of the episode they introduce him as is it really looks like the captain is going to be not so much a leader as a pusher. He's going to be behind the scenes, calling up Sonny on his cell phone or whatever, and be like, "Crockett, you need to get this paperwork. You killed 9 people yesterday." So it looks like he's just going to be a pusher and shove people into work. It's like, get out there and get some leads. Go knock on some doors. Shut up and get me some information. And it's only at the end of the episode where we get the realization that the captain is the lieutenant is in the trenches with us. He's one of us. He's our leader. But first of all, he's one of us.
Yeah, it's a great moment. So Tubbs has let him know that he's in with DeMarco as well. This is where they go to shake down this guy at this cockfight as well. And I love how Tubbs kind of uses this as a situation as well. Is like he pretends to be a little bit of a racketeer as well, but then he lets him know that, you know what, I'm going to cover you for the $6,000.
Yeah, okay? Going back to what he should have done with the money instead.
I know, right? But apparently, all he had to do was pay 4. But he's like, "Nah, I'll cover you for the whole 6. Just tell him." Just anyone calls you, you say DeMarco was paid in full. So now he's found a good situation on how to get DeMarco desperate and willing to give up Lombardo. So he's basically just so that's what I love about Tubbs as well. He's found a way to manipulate the situation to his advantage. You know, he's very adaptable. He's very cunning. He's very he's kind of diabolical when he needs to be, and I like that. You know, it's a perfect thing for a cop to be in order to take down diabolical criminals.
Yeah, the gay lord from Doctor who couldn't play a black Doctor Who to save his life when he could have got a proper straight black actor, who said, we don't have diversity in things. And if you're going to look at the perfect template for diversity where nobody thought about Tubbs being a black dude, I'm pretty sure they already had that cast in their mind that's what they wanted to do. And if they didn't, well, a stroke of luck, because Don Johnson and Philip Michael Thomas have some of the best bro chemistry I've ever seen on the small screen.
They're kind of similar, but they're kind of different at the same time. They both got a charm, they both got a charisma, but they have different mannerisms as well.
Yes, they do.
This kind of New York sort of like swagger about him, doesn't he? Well,
I hope they're in the new movie. I really hope they are. I know Thomas is retired, but I hope they do have some sort of an appearance in the film.
Yeah, it'll be really cool.
It's as though one of them belongs to the city and the other one belongs to the night.
Yes, I would love to. I think it would be really good if Michael Philip Thomas actually showed up as a sidekick in a little cameo because
I hope so.
now he's got the fucking long beard, the turban hats, and everything. He's like
making the bad guy. He'd be great.
You know, he might make a comeback.
He could start working out again and whip himself back into acting shape.
I actually saw a photo of him posted a couple of years back, and the guy was in his 70s and still in good fucking shape.
Good.
Crazy, man. I think Don Johnson did put some weight on, obviously, for Nash Bridges, but then he lost it a little bit in the 2010s. So
still have to get Nash Bridges. Still have to buy that show. Not the reboots, just the old series.
I've only watched one episode.
One of those episodes.
I've only watched one episode. I need to. Some of the episodes are on YouTube, but I don't know if all of them are on. So I might have to try and stay on the high season.
Love Nash Bridges. It's so good.
Yeah,
whatever you do, O'Keefe. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Do not Google any pictures of Yasmin Bleeth now.
I don't want to.
I
can't unsee it.
Yeah. So obviously
she did herself. No.
Okay. Such a shame about her. Such a shame.
Yeah, it seems to have happened a lot. Fucking hell, it's too much smoking can get you. Drugs can do it. Drinking too much can do it.
A lot of
cocaine is the way to go, isn't it? Just lose the weight like Margot Robbie. Good grief! What's the matter with you, woman?
Yeah, she was just very much in a 20-year nosedive, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
All right, we'll move on.
R.I.P. Chuck Norris.
Yeah, Chuck Norris, mate, you fucking legend. We've lost way too many good people at the moment. Yeah, we even lost the arsehole from Back to the Future and Top Gun.
James B. Culkin, yeah, he passed away 2 days ago. R.I.P. to James.
Am I the only guy from Buffy died at 50?
Nicholas Brennan, you know what? I didn't make a video about him because I had to read his profile. I thought, oh, this dude actually committed assault. Oh, yikes. Maybe I shouldn't really go that easy on him or hard. Whatever. Just left
he's had a lot of problems. We're getting off topic.
And what did they mean by
sorry. Yeah. I know we're getting off topic, but yeah, rest in peace to all these guys. But so Tubbs has told DeMarco he's paid the $4,000. So yeah, now he can do the whole he was supposed to pay you $6,000, Lombardo, so he's definitely stiffing you here. You may have to kill this bastard if we don't get him to grass on you later on. But
look at that ankle bracelet.
I know,
very 80s.
Yeah, and Tubbs is killing it on the fucking dance floor, man. I mean,
doing breakdance moves. And by the way, I went clubbing in the 80s. They've recreated Sinatra's in London or what nightclubs used to look like back in the day. You'd walk in them during the daytime, they look bland and dreary. You go in at night, this is what they're transformed into. Game Pointer Sisters, Jump for Your Love. This is the Pointer Sisters from 1980 to 89 were in the absolute prime. And they're going to get a research done by GTA 6 this year.
Yeah. Yeah, because they always feel very early 80s, the Pointer Sisters. You think
so
of
good.
Beverly Hills Cop as well, don't you, with Neutron Dance and that.
The Pointer Sisters in the 70s weren't good. It's only until they went synthwave in the 80s they became extremely popular.
He's right.
Yeah, a lot of artists really did change their sort of like style, isn't it? Like Peter Gabriel was like kind of like a progressive rocker, and Genesis.
Yes, he was. You're right. I think Tubbs refers to when he takes the woman back. He's like, you and your snow queens. I'm like, that's my boy right there.
Yeah.
to nail this.
They're going with a black guy to piss off their daddies, you know, and he knows that. He knows that.
Just to nail it into time, if you remember the song "Jump" by Van Halen, the Pointer Sisters song.
Dude, that was my breakfast song in the mornings.
The Pointer Sisters have a song with the same name. They were on the chart at the same time. So if you were around,
I didn't know
remember,
that.
They're released the same year. So Jump by Van Halen fades from the charts just as Jump by the Pointer Sisters comes. It's like for the 46th week in a row, but it's a different song. Jump.
David Lee Roth, you are my hero, dude. And yes, you're a white guy, but I still look up to you like Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Yes.
Oh, me, I'm equally diverse. I hate everybody equally. I don't care what color skin you are. Diverse. So
I tell you what, Philip Michael Thomas is pulling off this whole Armani.
He really is. I mean, look at him.
He wears Armani in this.
Yeah, he's got the open shirt, the sleazy gold chain, medallion hanging down.
Oh, my gold chain is great, man. Again, back in the day, used to wear those. The white guys used to have their head shaven at the sides, and they used to have the perm at the back and straight hair at the top.
Yeah.
And the gold
medallion. One long lock of hair, one long grown out lock of hair in back.
Yeah,
like
he's not doing
from Penn and Teller.
Yes, it's all even with his haircut as well.
And if you had Italian blood in you, you would actually be Rico cool with it. If you weren't, you'd just be laughed off the street.
I know. And yeah, once again, he's got that whole charm as well. Even DeMarco's kind of going gay bones for him over Lombardo, saying he's got away, man. He's like, I hope you know ways in being persuasive and not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't fly that way, Lombardo. You can totally.
The fact these guys had to act in front of other like extras and their own cast members. I don't know if there's any outtakes where they get things wrong, but you kind of get the impression because money is time, you can't F up a take. You get the funny feeling they were really dead serious about not messing up in certain moments in shoots like this, which are pretty expensive and hard to plan out and block.
Yeah, because
full credit, man. Full credit.
Later, don't you? You had the music in later, and you got to go.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
They're in the right spots, everything, and yeah. Pause.
You're absolutely right.
They are trying to get their face in the camera when it's not needed, because to get their.
I mean, that silk shirt he's wearing there as well. I bet that was pricey back in the day. Had to be probably $70, I reckon.
Yeah, he's wearing $100 shirt for sure.
Yeah, got to be. You can tell straight away.
So this is where it tells Lombardo that he has paid. He pays the $4,000, and then Tubbs has already told Lombardo about the $6,000. He's made it sound like it's a casual accident. He's mentioned it.
Yeah, I love that line.
Clever.
It's so
clever. What you? Tubbs, you crafty little bastard. I love you for it. But yeah, he's obviously kind of relishing it as well because this is the guy that set up my friend. So yeah, I'm going to set you up now. Yeah. Desperate situation. And so it's like, well, if you want to discuss it, come and call me. And he's like, you know what you're doing here? It's called murder. It's like, no, it's called a setup. And as well, he just rubs it in his face. So yeah,
he's wearing the French blue now. Love it. I must get some more t-shirts like that.
Yeah, it's got a nice little casual shirt on there as well. It's not so. But obviously, Hideo is still being an asshole about it because he didn't show up for the hearing.
Still in the same suit.
Yeah. Hey, man, let's be a security guard, and then stop being a cop. You're terrible. And this is when Castillo just stands up for Sonny.
Yes, this is when he shows his quality.
It's one of those moments.
By the way, what screams serious police lieutenant in a high-pressure job more than a pink office? I mean...
No, it's like you said, it's very minimalist as well.
But Castillo doesn't break a sweat, man. He's just like Edward James Olmos has like the best genes. He's not even breaking sweat, bro. He's like, yep, I'm here, I'm cool. It's like he's got fans in his armpits.
I know, it's like it's such a great moment as well because you realize he does care about his police officers as well.
Yeah.
He's trying to guard them. He's being the mentor. He's being the tough, stern father who cares for them and wants them to prevail.
I mean, if you think about a general manager in a restaurant like Planet Hollywood back in the day when I used to work for it, he's like them. They kind of give this impression that, I'm just walking in, but I'm really going to study a case file and why people are making a big deal out of Sonny Crockett. And you actually believe he sat there and read through everything. And it's great what he does next. It's so cool.
He does his homework as well. And that's what convinced him, okay, he's not just another slacker copper who's just got himself in trouble. He actually does care about his job. He actually does care about.
And he's changed his tie. He's got a slim, stripy number.
Yeah. He's got his Harvard tie on. But what I like here is he can't know for sure yet that his cops are good or bad. He's only been there just so long, but he'll be damned if some two-bit lawyer is going to come in there and raise his voice and make accusations at his men. It's like, these are my men. This is a closed-door conversation with me. You're not supposed to. I'll yell at my guys. F you. F you.
I know, because he just walked in there as well. He just walked in the office without his permission, and which has really got his goat because even though he sees Sonny as a very flawed cop, at least he's coming across as someone who cares about his job. He's not just some bureaucrat trying to score points just to appease his fucking criminal clients. So then it's and this is why he's going to be my favorite main character of the episode, even though he's just come in because he has earned his place as a main character straight away.
I have to cut you there before I forget. I mean, Tropic Thunder. Tom Cruise is probably in the film for 15 minutes, and he easily is the best aspect about that film, which is why you said here that Castillo is kind of that equivalent, but less screen time. But I get your drift.
It's less going to be a villain, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Does anyone know that Tom Cruise is going to be the villain in the movie as well? I'm all
It's rumored. It's rumored. I hope not.
I hope it's true.
But if he's going to be like the character from Collateral, maybe. But I'm not sure about that, because then who are you going to put as star billing? I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I got thoughts about that.
He's a great actor. Honestly, he can deliver a good role. He's in a lot of mediocre movies, but you put Tom Cruise in that movie as your bad guy, people will be lined up around the block to see Tom Cruise playing an evil character. I don't think he's done it since Taps. I don't think he's played a bad guy.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is still the best. He's still like his
callback
playing a villain. I mean, he's so, because when you see him in Collateral, you don't think that's Tom Cruise. You see the character. Usually, when you do see Tom Cruise in a movie, you see Tom Cruise. But
Collateral is like the most non-Miami Vice, but is Miami Vice type of movie you've ever seen. Like, once it's when I watched that for the first time, I know we're going off track here very quickly, but I watched it as an illegal download at nighttime, and it was like the best downloaded copy back in 2004. It looked like it was Blu-ray quality, but it wasn't. And I felt I was watching something very special for the first time. And you can't get that again. Obviously, I went to the cinema afterwards, but my God, my first introduction to that film and just getting the whole soaking in the Miami nightlife, it was so awesome. So good.
Fucking nice one anyway. So
love that phone.
So this is where the shakedown with the cockfighting guy is actually paid off as well, because it's looking like Lombard has actually confirmed. We've got it off screen. Obviously, we've got the time and pacing to worry about. So he has actually confirmed that it was $6,000 that was paid. So now he really does mistrust DeMarco, and DeMarco's getting phone calls at like 3:00 in the morning. He's very paranoid, so they've got him. It was like, okay, you want to talk about this? I'll show you where to meet. And it cuts to him in the fucking interrogation with Sonny rubbing in his face a confession to all the wrongdoings that he's been falsely accused of. And DeMarco has to sign it, and in exchange, they will protect him. And he's like, don't worry, we'll make sure you're in a nice, safe cell. I mean, they're just loving it as well. They're just getting their revenge on this fucking asshole that's tried to discredit them. And it is beautiful. It is beautiful. Just seeing this arrogant, smug asshole just get what is coming to him.
Yeah.
They've started making that joke now and that inference in every episode. Whenever they do the interrogation scene, one of them, usually Sonny, manages to drop. It's like, you'll be going away where the bad boys go and the sun don't shine. Maybe you'll live long enough to go to your first self-help.
I kind of see that as a routine as well. I see that as a routine thing that they say to all criminals anyway, because it's tried and tested and it works. It gets the confessions out of them, the weaker ones anyway, the weaker-minded, disloyal criminals, because
it plays on the fact they're criminals. Yeah, it's like, how many people did you screw over who are waiting for you in that jail, who've been sitting around there for 10 years waiting for you to show up because you're a skell too?
By the way, Teague, off the top of your head, how did Miami Vice get Emmy nominated for every season, or just the first two?
I believe the first two dominated, but it's still getting Emmy nods for stuff like costume and
interesting
sound,
right?
It stays good. Whether it keeps winning or not, I don't know. It obviously, I think season 2 is the most award winning because they had time to realize this hit show, because this is how Hollywood works. This hit show needs some hardware. We've got to populate the back of the writer's office with these Emmys so that when he has people walk in, he can sit in front of them and say, look, I wrote My Brother's Keeper. There's the plaque on the wall for the best cop show of that year. And so by the second season, I think it's going to pick up a lot of awards.
You can really tell it's found its identity straight away by this episode, and it's going to continue to dominate.
The ratings are in. They have feedback. They know what people like. They know what parts of the show people like, which is why sometimes, not always, but sometimes we're daring enough to have 2 musical montages. We'll do that sometimes.
Oh yeah, they will do that. They
Once
will
in a while, they'll do 2.
They'll take the piss for the musical montages. They will.
It's worth watching, though. I'm never bored during their montages.
Godly and Cream cry. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I love the line as well when he. I love the line when he says, when he signs the confession, is like, show it to Schroeder, feed it to him, let him eat it. So they kind of get a double whammy as well. They get their own back on DeMarco, and they get their own back on the fucking lawyer as well. So it's really good. And once again, you can really see the chemistry has grown between these two. They have really bonded. You can really see the bond between these two now. I mean, so they get set up.
Oh my God! Well, that makes it at the beginning. Yeah, thanks.
Zoom in a little bit. See those lovelies.
Gina, man, holy shit!
Thank you, Anthony Yurkovich.
Oh yes.
Yep.
Putting me in an Anthony Yurkovich kind of mood. I'm feeling very Yurkovich-y.
Oh yes. Oh God.
Is that big booty Trudy sitting behind her in the
It certainly is.
flying bridge?
Yes, it is.
And her hairstyle gets better in the later seasons.
Yeah, she's starting to get that more familiar look. And Gina really filling out that bathing suit very nicely, looking a lot like Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio from Scarface.
Yes,
she looks a lot like Gina from Scarface.
Yeah, she's definitely got a little bit of that 50s look there as well.
Yep.
Now cat's eye sunglasses.
Okay. Unfortunately, as much, you know what? Let's just keep on this fucking still. Let's get the ratings up here. Come on. I know. Yeah, we're just going to talk. We're just going to talk
about the only thing that's
while looking at these lovelies, and that's all we're doing for the next.
Gina's an 8 out of 10 here. Trudy, I'll say, is probably about an 8 out of 10 as well. But we don't get to see her fully in her outfit.
Yeah, yeah.
And we went to the most populated part of the city, or we have a photographic backdrop because there's actually.
I think it's real. I don't think it's a backdrop. I think it's real.
Yeah, the lights.
So we have the city. And we see how much there is to it. It's the skyline's not that full yet.
I'm a location sucker, man. So if I see something like that, I'm going off one. But it looks real to me anyway.
I prefer real locations as well. It just sucks you into the experience more.
Yeah,
it really does. And
if it is a backdrop, then it's a very clever backdrop. Yeah,
I just wonder anytime we see someone on a boat because of the chaotic nature of water in filming, like for instance. Was it Waterworld was 3 years late because every time they went out to the set it had been destroyed by the movement of the ocean? It's like a maritime set has to take a real
love the unmarked Mercedes. And those Mercs back in the day, that's got to be an 80s Merc. They ran so efficiently.
Yeah, because when you see the 70s Mercedes, they look a little bit more sleeker, don't they? A little bit more thinner.
Yeah.
So this is around the time when cars were getting a bit more bulkier, weren't they?
Yeah, the Cortinas, the Capris. You remember the Capris bastard, don't you? Like the English version of a Mustang. Such a great car. Yeah. Teague, you know about the Capris? You seen them? Ford Capris?
Not.
You look it up afterwards. You won't regret it.
Yeah, watch the original Sweeney TV show, and you'll. Oh no, I'm talking about Ford Cortinas here, aren't I? Sorry about that.
Yeah. Oh, look at the watch and the ring. Damn, man, that's bling. That's
looking good. Yeah, he's looking good. He's got that fucking nice little breathable shirt as well.
I love Farina, man. Oh, there we go. Right.
Yeah, there we go. More. Here's more. Yeah, so apparently they're all setting up to try and catch Lombardo here as well with the
Marco for later on.
Yeah,
the closest heavenly body to the earth is apparently Gino right now.
So he's got the wire on him as well.
He's wearing. I remember those.
Yeah. So they got the wire on him as well. So they're meeting up.
Yeah. God.
This is really good as well. Lombardo really does come across threatening when they talk about the discrepancy and
And by the way, guys, the oak furniture, the oak brown lining inside the vessel is pretty cool. The club, or is it? They're in the club or on the? No, it's in his house, isn't it? Yeah,
it's in his boathouse. It's his yacht.
Yeah.
Yacht.
So the actual furnishings are pretty expensive.
I know. Oh, look, God, it looks great to be in as well. You could probably have a real good time just relaxing and by the sea, everything. So obviously he's say that he had to skim $2,000 to help Rudy with lie low after dumping the Caro chick, and I was like, that kind of confused me a bit as well. I thought it was because he thought he had $4,000 and
Tell me he doesn't
just
look
skimming as well to try and manipulate the situation. But then again, all right, well, I'll go with it because I might have missed something there. And I watched this episode like a good few times as well, making notes and making extra notes just in case. But I love how Lombardo is very threatening here as well. He kind of says, maybe we should go into a very private department. And he's resisting it because he knows he's going to get killed in
he's
there.
He's that passive, aggressive villain as opposed to a modern day villain who just turn your face inside out. Farina's approach, and again, a product of the times. Yeah, your screen baddies on TV, they're a bit more clever, more Machiavellian than you give them credit for.
If you go back just one slide for a second, I'll just point something out. When you'll see it, you see it. Tell me he doesn't look like a certain Captain America. in this picture? Doesn't he look a lot like
yeah,
right
maybe
there?
and a hint of Bradley Cooper, perhaps.
When he turns profile, he looks a lot like both of those people, but he particularly in this moment favors what's his name, Chris
Evans.
Chris Evans, yeah.
Chris Evans. He looks a lot like Chris Evans right here, Captain America, just in this profile shot. And you can see again, if you look behind them, you could fill in a lot more buildings on that skyline. And that's how it looks today, much more full. But we have a few waterfront buildings have popped up. And
but again, Miami was redeveloping at that time because obviously the show became popular, and I guess that really did put it on the map.
It was up and coming because it was a place where people were being able to move. What happened was the availability of commercial air conditioning made Florida habitable. It has
breaks my heart when you say so full now. I like the bare minimum.
There's still a lot of room in Florida. It's just Miami has become very filled in and populated, and they have the good 20% of Miami you can't build on. You cannot build on Miami. Too swampy.
Those drive by Miami's in at night. Those driving videos of Miami at night, because it's really fucking beautiful. It is. You can
That's
see all
what it excels at. Yeah.
Even that. I think it might be Miami Beach as well. That has palm trees that light up now. I think they might have been installed like maybe 10 years ago. Watch the downtown Miami drive by.
Okay, I'll check them out.
By the way, I had a quick chance to look. The Ford Capri appears to be what was sold in America as the Pinto, or otherwise known as the Explodomatic. The ones that
you are kidding me.
What? They tend to blow up, so they changed the name.
It's a collectible car. Trust me, goes for a lot of money.
Burns like a Mini Cooper.
Yeah, well, parts of it is anyway. The parts that survived.
If you got the green version, that's the one people want the most.
Yeah.
The seafoam green mist is pretty beautiful color from the factory.
Yeah. And I love how he's just sort of chickens out. He's like, fuck everyone. They made me do it. He's got the gun and there's like, oh shit, let's move in. And he's like, and Sonny's like, oh shit, I should have worn socks because the wind is really making my ankles feel cold here.
And funny enough, you got the actor actually driving the speedboat for Sonny Crockett.
Yeah. And
which is really cool. Nice touch.
We never see this again, I don't think. Tubbs almost always has his snub-nosed revolver. He's got a nickel-plated automatic here. He's brought some firepower to this.
I guess
that might be the first time
to the party. Bought it all. Yeah.
Because he usually has the snub nose, doesn't he? So, and we found out.
I don't know if it's continuity or he thought about it and he's like, I want a more powerful gun with a higher ammo capacity for this one. This is kind of a dangerous.
Just ain't going to do the job anymore.
I need a hand cannon for this particular assignment.
Yeah, but fucking Jerry has a better hand cannon. I mean, look at the size of that bastard. That would blow a hole in the fucking wall. Still.
Yeah,
it may not be as
big as 38 caliber copper.
I was about to say that. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does still look like it packs a punch, but yeah, Jerry snuck on the boat and he shoots fucking DeMarco as well. And it's looking like they're trying to arrest Lombardo, and is like, "What are you going to get me on? Felony to commit lunch? I mean, I'll be out by 2 to finish my racquetball game."
But of course, this is not the first time that the Miami Vice team have been usurped by somebody out of the blue. It happens, I think, before or a few episodes much later, maybe in the second season. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it tends to be something that seems to pop up as a thorn in their sides.
Yeah, we get the civilian, the innocent party that's been wronged and wants revenge. We're going to see that later on a lot. We really are. But yeah, it's looking like they can't get Lombardo on anything now.
That smirk on his face.
Look at Jerry here as well. He's like, I had to do it.
Yeah,
I had to do it. This is the guy that has no fucks to give as well. And why not? My wife was innocent, and you killed her, and you're gonna get away with it. I'm not having that. So yeah, now we're on the boat where we got this really upbeat 80s music while they're pondering what's going to happen to Jerry, and that he's going to get a very harsh sentence despite having no previous. But Lombard is going to be walking the streets, and it's kind of sad. But then they sort of move on to a fishing gag, and then the episode finishes, and I'm like, that's a flippant, isn't it? I mean, that's
starboard, and that's
But yeah, the episode ends. Yeah, it's got its flaws, but it's still a very good episode that really does sort of establish the dynamic that we're going to be seeing later on in future episodes and even better episodes, maybe. So,
oh no, I wouldn't say this. To me personally, I don't think this episode had any flaws at all. I thought it was just like perfect from start to finish. I mean, it's a 9 out of 10 for me. This episode, it really is.
I mean, you do still get Sonny kind of. He could have handled the situation with the money a bit more smartly, but he kind of let himself get caught, didn't he? Because even he was saying, "Why can't you just send it to her?" You know, because the moment he accepted that money, he's kind of made himself look guilty. But thankfully, the dude Tubbs manages to save his ass. Tubbs is the smarter cop here, even though he does get in Castillo's face, very irrationally. He still prevails through the rest of the episode. He manipulates the situation to help Sonny and actually try and get Lombardo, even though it goes tits up because of Jerry and his mission for vengeance. But I think final thoughts on this. It's really is a fucking great episode that introduces us to two great characters here. You know, one that's we're going to be seeing a lot, and we're going to really get to grow fond of, and one that we will see later on and start to really sort of see more layers to as well, because he's played by a very good actor and he's got some really good script writers. And once again, I love the divide and conquer. I love seeing Tubbs manipulate the situation, and it shows just how fucking great and charismatic Tubbs was, and how very boring Jamie Foxx was in the movie. And this is
by a long shot.
I know, because when you look at Jamie Foxx, he should be the perfect ideal casting for Tubbs, because he's a singer as well. He can dance. He's got some right charm on screen. He's got a lot. He's kind of got that sort of like
jacked.
Yeah, that R&B sort of like dancer kind of vibe that women go for. You know, that's sort of sleaze women cling onto and get horny over. And he gave none of that in the movie. So
that character was there. Michael Mann has long had this accusation that he can't really write the best dialogue or really make his characters come to life. Cannot make his characters come to life. Has been a long standing.
When he's on the juice, he's on the juice. When he's not, he's rubbish.
He's better when he's got something to work with. For instance,
like Collateral.
Or how about this? His very best movie, possibly, in my opinion, is Last of the Mohegans. Because there's a source novel.
I need to watch it somewhere.
Really well made. There's so much going on in every single moment, though. You have to watch the entire frame. You have to watch the entire thing and consider everything going on. Like, okay, they're showing you that America is this land of plenty right now. And they're talking about the Western frontier. And you have to remind yourself, they're in New York State still. That's how far the Western frontier is New York State. But it is his best movie. It's very well made. It tells the story in an extremely complete way, and it's very economical.
So yeah, before I'll finish my final thoughts, and I'll let you give your final thoughts, and then we'll do best outfit, best quote, best music, best main character, best guest character. So I do need to mention that Jerry is a very sympathetic character as well, and is one of the many characters who we see who is affected by all the bad things that happen in the city and from the broken system. You know how good ordinary people just trying to get on with life can be affected by a broken system that basically seems to be built around causing them grief and injustice. So I really like that as well. And I think that is my final take on the episode as well. So final thoughts on the episode, Admiral Queeg. Admiral Teague, I do apologize. Fucking hell. I'm thinking Red Dwarf now for some reason. Tell me your final thoughts, sucker.
I am the Teague 3000 critic machine. I think that this was a fine episode. It shows that the show has hit its stride. They now have an absolute identity. They know what it is people want to see. And this is one of the first episodes written for the audience. You know what I mean? Like episode 1 and 2 was written to just survive and catch people's attention. Then the earlier episodes, like we're going through cop show tropes, we're doing the standard cop show things. Now the show's made it to like episode 7 or 8, whatever this number might be. And it's hitting its stride. And we've got one of the first episodes written specifically for its own fandom, because we have some feedback coming in from things like ratings. We found out that when Don Johnson's on the cover of a magazine, it sells 30% more copies. We found out that people think he's, a magnetic force. And one of the things my research showed me too is Don Johnson. One of the things that Kung Fu Hot Dog alluded to about how, you've really got to, nail this take. They've got an open street. Look at this location. Don Johnson is a really talented actor and was apparently hitting them right out of the park on the first take every time. He goes, here's what they said. He didn't realize the show was a hit until after season 2. He throws himself so deeply into this. He's showing up extremely prepared with his deep vision of what this character is supposed to be. So all the over attention to detail shows, because Crockett feels extremely complete now. He's got everything. He's got his nervous energy. He's got his disrespect for authority, but he can keep it in line just enough. This captain's not going to scream at you all day. And I thought this earned the actual title. This was Miami Vice. Crockett's point of view hero, but the entire squad figures into this. All the cops on the Vice squad figure into this episode. So I like that. Gavin! It's my pal Blackie.
We're a bit late though, but we still got plenty of time. We're still going to do our final thoughts and favorite music moment, favorite main character, and all that stuff. So yeah, cheers for that, Admiral Teague and Kung Fu Hot Dog. Final thoughts on this?
I wouldn't put 300 on the dime. It's a real 80s phone, folks. Have a look at that. Oh, hello. Oh, I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, have a look at that, my friend. Real 80s technology right there. Was Nelly going to throw this out? And good job I didn't.
Analog.
Yes, the one and only, baby. I've got the white counterpart as well, but it's a different model. I'll bring that out for next week. And then my other favorite quote is,
digital ID on that.
Italian, aren't you?
How are you going to use that when you have to use digital ID, and how can the government track you down in that thing? Hey?
Well, I don't know, but it's going to be fun to F around and find out, isn't it?
In the future, we'll all have 15 minutes of privacy.
Yes, analog will always rule. I love digital, but analog is just a bit more special. But
yeah, it feels less intrusive as well. Yeah. I mean, that's why I still prefer my analog toilet. So
yeah. My favorite moment is probably Castillo just standing there and whistling like it's a real whistle. It's not ADR, and everybody stops to attention. It's brilliant. Yeah. If you talk about a scene that speaks a million words and all you just do, and it's all by a whistle, that's it, man. I'm done.
No, fucking fair play, man. I mean, seriously, we need to make this guy, we need to have someone with presence who can make a scene of him whistling work. Almost. Let's try him out.
I forgot. When Ricardo Tubbs refers to him as Charles Bronson, I thought, oh, yes. Because if ever you were going to cast somebody in a remake of Death Wish back in the day, Edward James Olmos would have been a great choice. The 2008 version, I think it was, or whatever they were going to do, Joe Carnahan, they should have had Josh Brolin to be Paul Kersey, but they didn't go through with that in the end. So
he would have been a good choice.
Again and again.
Yeah, plus it was kind of like when Bruce Willis was already kind of losing his mind a little bit.
Sadly, yeah. But I mean, again, in terms of in the 80s, we're talking Miami Vice 80s. Charles Bronson was doing big at the box office with the Cannon movies, Death Wish 3, 4, and 5, whatever. They're hilarious to watch.
Yep. Can someone tell me where my office is? I wonder if he would have done the same if he was cast as Castillo. But yeah, this really did make his stamp.
Triangle, man. Holy shit.
I know. So yeah, that's your final thoughts. Is there anything else you want to add to that before we move on to favorite main character?
The only thing I want to say is I just want it to be the 80s in perpetuity, always.
Fair play, man.
Best times are the 80s. Van Halen Jump came on the analog radio. Had my Weetabix or Shreddies back then. That will come on. Yep, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Okay, so favorite main character, and it's a very tough call as well because I think Tubbs really gets to shine in this episode. But I will go for Castillo though because he makes his mark on the show just within seconds. He does. He builds up this mystery. You don't know if he's on their side or if he's just another bureaucrat who's going to give them a hard time whenever they try to do their jobs. But no, he really does show that he's firm, but he's fair, and he's really earned his place as a main character straight away. I mean, sometimes. Sort of like takes a bit of time to develop and build up the chemistry with the cast members, because they're still trying to find a way to write him in that gives off a good sense of dynamic. But he does that straight away here, and that's the power of a fucking good actor, and he's proven that every time he pops up in something, every time. So that's my favorite main character of the episode, Admiral Teague.
I gotta go with, obviously the standout is Castillo. It's Edward James Olmos. He is the most powerful main character in this show. If you want to say the Vice Squad as a whole gets an upgrade in identity and cohesiveness, and we're finally starting to see cops who will look like they'll risk their lives. Like Captain Rodriguez was killed out of nowhere, and they made it at least look heroic. He shoved Sonny out of the line of fire. So we've got another guy who, by the end of this episode, like, we're not in ambiguous territory like we were with Rodriguez, where he just yells at people and tells them that they're doing a shitty job. Castillo will quietly tell you to do better. And we know by the end of this episode, he 150% has the back of his cops, so long as they are up front with him. He'd better be in the know about whatever crazy thing you're doing so that he doesn't get blindsided by the press or something, but he'll back your crazy move, which we find out when Dan Hedaya makes fairly credible and fairly realistic threats. They're intense, but when he has his moment against the other cops, Castillo shows that he is 150%. He's like, no one reams out my cops but me. I'm not gonna have an improper conversation with you in front of my officers. This is a closed door conversation or a phone call. Basically, this could have been an email thing to him. And just with the quiet intensity, as Kung Fu and you have noted, within seconds, he establishes himself. We're confused the first walk on with the whistling and what's with this guy, as are they. We never see him that whimsical again. Was it a head game to throw them off? He's military intelligence. We don't know. He might have been profiling them all in his mind while he's going through. We have to assume he's investigating everyone at a very high degree of abstraction, and that he's one of the most competent investigators that we've got. So he's the right guy for the job. He's right in the middle. He's not a captain like Rodriguez was. It seems like he's going to be in it with them more as a lieutenant, and that from time to time he will say things that the show needs to address, like, Sonny, I need that paperwork on my desk in the morning. And then he goes out dancing all night. We know he doesn't do it, but the thing is, it gets said, and it makes the show. He's a proper leader, as my British friends might say. He's a proper leader of men, and he'll risk his life with you.
Yes, I think I've got a clip as well that pretty much establishes just how fucking awesome he is. Here we go. Whoops.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Yeah, still half toxic a little bit, but sorry, sometimes you got to stay up on the best. So favorite main character of the episode, Kung Fu Hot Dog.
I've got to say it, and to quote the Foreigner song, Head Games, it's not actually Castillo, it is Philip Michael Thomas as Ricardo Tubbs, for the main reason that he really gets a lot to do in this episode. When he breaks the moves on the dance floor, he does it actually twice. When he goes to see Gina and Sonny, he does the Michael Jackson twirl. Who did I think of after that? Chris Tucker, Rush Hour, 1998. It wouldn't surprise me if Mr. Tucker said he was inspired by this performance of Philip Michael Thomas for his role, not just Michael Jackson. So again, you talk about Noogie being the Tracy Morgan of his day. Well, definitely, while Thomas has the serious flair to his performance, he's also got that natural ability to be a real smooth talker and dancer and impress everybody on the set. So yeah, for me, he was the absolute MVP of this episode, which is really heartbreaking because Don Johnson was doing some great work as well. But in terms of character development and really being the cool cat in the cool suit, it's my man Tubbs, who again, my mum thinks is actually me back in the day. I said, no, Mum, that's Philip Michael Thomas. It's not me, but thank you for not confusing me with the white dude this time.
I need 2 more first names, Mom, to get to he's got 3 first names. I'm not there. I need a couple
a true
more.
Story, by the way. My mom actually sees the Miami Vice things and she said, is that you? I said, no, Mom, it's not. She's trying to tell me something. I don't know what it is.
My mom says that when we watch movies about Jesus.
Mums are the best. I've got to say, they are the absolute best. They are.
Fucking hell,
They
man,
are.
that's hilarious. But
They
yeah,
are.
he is kind of like my second as well, because I do like a lot of the guest characters. I love what a slambaldy Marco is as well. I love how sincere Jerry is and how sympathetic he is. So
I've got to resume season two duties very shortly. Actually, after this, I got to carry on.
I know. So yeah, favorite guest character. I was going to go for Dennis Farina as Lombardo, but I think I'll save that for the finale, because this is where because to me, it may actually be DeMarco, because he's such a slam ball in this episode. You want to punch him. I mean, you want to see this guy get what's coming to him. You want to see everyone get their back on him for what he's done. And I just love how he becomes this total fucking weasel. It's like, they made me do it. They made me do it. And he's like desperate enough to try and gun everyone down when he does. And yeah, I'll give credit to this actor, man. He really looks like he's having fun just playing this proper dickhead. But so that's my favorite guest character in the series. I would have gone for Jerry as well, for how sympathetic he is. But Lombardo, he's going to wait till the finale. I love Dennis Farina, but the finale is where he truly shines. And later on in series 5 as well, when he makes a return. So Admiral Teague, favorite guest character of the show.
Okay, we have to go with Dan Hedaya, the sleazy lawyer. He is a piece of garbage. His suit, they cannot keep it wrinkle free. Now, this is the way it is down south, right? You know, he's wearing a suit. He's sweat through the suit. He's not quite important enough to have someone coming over to like pat him down with a little bit of ice and blow the fan on him. So he's just hanging out on sets. It's 110 degrees for him, and Don is being fanned by women with palm leaves. But he is. He's sort of exuding like lube. It's like he's covered in lube. He is so gross. Which
is what I do on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah,
no
exactly.
wonder he's so angry. No wonder he's so bitter.
It's that Kung Fu hot dog grease. But the thing is, you could see that this character, if all of a sudden there was just a ring to his cell phone and he reached into his briefcase to take out his gigantic cell phone, like we see in this episode, if he was to get a call from his office saying that your client's check, there's some questions, he'd be like, and this conversation's over, and he would walk out without giving a fuck. He doesn't care about justice. He doesn't care about who's right or wrong. He's a letter of the law kind of guy, and he's going to find a way to pry his way in between those letters of the law. And also, he's a very manipulative son of a bitch. He sniffs out the situation and the new dynamic at the office, maybe because he's a sleazy lawyer who deals with the vice squad all the time, but he knows about Rodriguez. Everybody probably would. He knows that the new leadership dynamic isn't in place, and we could say that it's possible he's gaming them against each other to get an advantage for himself as the lawyer, because he's putting stress on the brand new power dynamic, and he's putting more stress on it than anyone's going to put on it for this only happens a couple of times a year where they really push the cops towards and against each other. It's like, which one of you is going to be the one who's going to get in line? When is one of you going to have this revelation that you have to act like proper police officers? And of course, Castillo's moment is like, you're not going to come in here and talk down to my effing guys, screw you. So Dan Hedaya gets it. He's just absolutely the Nick Tortelli we know. He's a much better actor than Alien Covenant shows him to be, but he's a major star, and he puts in a home run performance in this episode.
Oh yeah, he was in fucking Alien Resurrection, wasn't he? With his big gorilla hairy shoulders. He's like
he's a military general, right? And he tosses the grenade into the escape pod, and he's like, I salute you, sirs. And it goes off, and then all of a sudden the alien comes out of the shadow behind him. Sorry to spoil it, but there's really no spoiling any Alien movie after 3. They all are ass. But this one was a little less ass than most.
No Alien movies
resurrect. This is the pretend alien movie where they resurrect Ripley.
Yeah, we'll ignore that piece of shit movie, but
it's horrible.
Dog. Yeah, favorite guest character.
Speaking of lube and my lube queen right here, I'll see you afterwards. It's got to be Dennis Farina, because 2 years later he's in Crime Story as Mike Torello, and every time this guy just pops up on the screen, I'm just like, yeah, you know what? You've got my attention already, Mr. Farina. So absolutely. Again, I don't know what's to come with his 2 more episodes as Lombardo, but as opposed to Lombarda, the forbidden dance. But he's just like every scene he's in, charisma oozes, his fashion sense, how he's playing the role. Like, and again, as you said before, Bastard, when he says, do you know what? Let's have a private chat somewhere because you blew the cat out of the bag about killing Barbara. I thought, yeah, in any other actor's hands, it wouldn't be handled so well. But he just plays it with such machismo and cool charisma that Farina has always been known for. An ex-beat cop on the NYPD, wherever it was precinct he worked on. I wonder what he was like as a cop, because my God, what better grounded acting can he have than just being a real life? Do you know what I mean? Just, oh my God, respect to the guy. Didn't study acting at all, just knew it.
He would have been a very ineffective
not that much.
Don't you think he looks so much like a cop that he never could have worked undercover? It's like, all right, get the cop out of here before we start cutting up the heroin. This guy's plainly a cop.
I mean, I think he wins the battle of the mustaches between him and Castillo. I think Farina just oozes it by a couple of hairs.
Oh, definitely. I think I've beaten both just by having a big fucking full beard right here. I mean, not the camera because I need to get one straight away. But I will show off the lovely beard.
Can you imagine being on that set? We're bringing in Gaff from Blade Runner. He's going to straighten out this show.
Yeah.
But the fashion always, I always talk about the fashion in every episode. And again, things that really stuck out for me, I'm thinking, my bro, I need to go back to the 80s and try and track down these things. I'm pretty sure for the film, they're going to reproduce a lot of these items. Or maybe they might put a call out to people who say, can you lend us your stuff? We'll give you some good money if you lend us your... I think, again, these fashion warehouses in the 80s, they're warehouses. They probably couldn't sell the stock. If they knew what was coming up later on in the 90s and 2000s, they might have held on to them for a reason. I'm pretty sure there is preservation when it comes to these type of fashions. So who knows?
You can off the rack these clothes again. They've somewhat come back into style. There are recognizable Miami Vice type.
We're seeing a lot of these like what buzz cut mullets where it's shaving at the side, but you still got the mullet hanging down the back, and it's all curly and ratty now. And I don't know, I don't like it. It's just weird. It looks like they haven't washed their hair in days for some reason.
You know what? It explains the 80s. We're having it both ways. Like, we're not giving up the 70s. We're still addicted to that, but we're moving into some kind of future. So what we'll do is we'll have like something close to a mohawk, short hair on the side with a big mess in front, bangs that come down to your nose, and in back it comes down to like your shoulders. And it's the worst look ever. No one would ever intentionally have that haircut, but it was good because during that period we got a lot of medieval movies and people's hair is perfect for it.
Yeah, you're right.
I am seeing a lot of boxy suits on the red carpets now these days. It's like we aren't doing the slims, the very skinny look now. We're just kind of having suits that are like 2 sizes too big for us, suits that wear us instead of us wearing the suit.
I'm still seeking authentic 80s gear though. I'm looking high and low. I'm going to find
go in charity shops though and find them. I mean,
the
charity shops have really made them easy now. And they're a little bit cheaper than what you can get at vintage shops as well most of the time. So
this is the moment for the thrift shop, because if you think about it, if you were hip 30 to 40 years ago, those people were starting to sell their homes, go to old folks' homes, or die off. So it's like you can go in there and it's 1986 again at the clothing store. I mean, the clothes are well worn, but they're there now.
Yeah, so we've already done the guest characters. Now, you've done yours already, haven't you, Kung Fu Hot Dog?
Yes.
Guest character. Yeah. So now we're moving on to best music moments, and we got some bangers on here. We've got the Pointer Sisters with Jump. I want to give it to New Girl Now by Honeymoon Suite, because I don't think I've had that song enough, and it's played against Bikini Clad Lovelies. So
which you failed to show, by the way, on this episode. I'm really disappointed in you, bastard. We'll have a private man-on-man conversation afterwards.
I got to pick it, though. I think Honeymoon Suite are very underrated. I've been listening to a couple of their other songs as well. But it's against a lot of really gorgeous Bikini Clad ladies. And I'm hoping next time I'll try and catch more on the next episode, even if it's just...
even if it's by accident. Yeah, that beauty in the red and black bikini or red and white. I thought, if Bastard doesn't hold that freeze frame, I'm going to throttle him, and now I have to live up to my promise.
We
Well, I
did
hope
get a
the,
long gratuitous shot of Gina, though. So
yeah, we
yeah,
great.
that did make up for it.
We've
Just
got two,
slightly.
yeah, we've got two very lovely bikini-clad Gina and Trudy's in there, so hope that made it up. Yeah, but
Yeah, it did.
Sodmo Teague, favorite music moment.
You know what? I'm going to take a radical turn here from choosing one of the songs in the episode and say, we have now established our theme song, which is currently a hit as this episode airs. And I feel that the moment they drop it in this episode is one of the best timed moments in their opening. It's like, we get this cool setup, we get this cool opening, we've established exactly what's going on in the show, we have a pretty good idea of the stakes, there's a little bit of action, and then perfect moment, that needle drops on the record at the exact right time, we start to hear the Miami Vice theme song, and for the very
first time, you were going to say that. I knew it.
you become, it's, forgive me for using the analogy because it's a crime show, but would my co-panelists not agree? It's a very arresting thing where you have to look at it. And this is, I always have felt that this is the moment where I get to Miami. The moment that I arrive in Miami has always been the theme song of the episode. So
yeah,
in this particular episode, the theme song pops more than ever, and it's just like, it seems like the episode was built like, hey, you know what else? The theme song is selling off the charts. It's like people are dancing like crazy to this. I was at the disco last week. Everyone loves this theme song, and they're like, really? So at this point, we get a really dramatic use of the theme song where it comes into the perfect moment. And I'll just say it, guys, if you don't feel like you're back in the 80s in Miami again, when the windsurfer dips his head in the surf and shakes off that water to cool down because it's so damn hot out there, then you don't have a heart. I mean, it was a great moment, and now we're starting to realize that even if this show isn't so good, this opening sequence is so enjoyable that I can watch. It's like Star Trek Voyager. The opening song and sequence are so good that later on it'll bail out some episodes. Right now, it's just enhancing this episode. No other cop show could have reached that level so fast by segment 2 without that perfect placement of the theme song. So let's give it to Jan Hammer.
Why not?
Okay, no, yeah, why not? Plus, is this when the episode when they start putting the guitar solo in the theme?
There is always a synthesized guitar in there, but it becomes more prominent. I believe we do have our first of several remixes of the song. It's a slightly grittier one. The most noticeable remix would be the Lost episodes have like the darkest version of the theme song, and it's slower. And we're starting to get character theme songs coming in. There's a little bit of leitmotif. The Miami Vice squad seems to have a recurring style to the music when they're starting to manifest their power. It's Jan Hammer is really earning his paycheck.
Oh yeah,
and earning them a lot of money.
He really does prevail as well. He starts bringing out even more like really memorable scores later on, and he had a pretty good one with Run in the Heart of Darkness episode, which I really like.
Yeah.
So yeah,
they wasted that title in Heart of Darkness because it's such a great title. The episode was good, but yeah, he's starting to come on as a musician.
Oh yeah, agreed. So yeah, Kung Fu Hot Dog, favorite music moment?
Because it's got the GTA vibe, and again, it took me back to my nightclubbing days. I've got to give it to the Pointer Sisters. Again, if you hear their back catalog, they were experimental with their choices, but until they had I want a man with a slow hand. I need a lover with an easy touch. And then it's kind of really carried on and on and on, like mid-80s Neutron Dance, like you said, from Beverly Hills Cop 1. And then, of course, something that GTA 6 brought up was a song I've never heard of theirs before. And I thought, holy shit, this is so Miami Vice. And GTA 6 is in a Miami Vice type location.
It does feel very early 80s as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can sort of see a little bit of different in the style of music in the early 80s and the late music, because they're still sort of coming off from the 70s where synths was starting to come in, though, but then it really starts to get a bit more bombastic by 1986.
That's the clever thing about the show. Not only were fashion houses rushing to get their stuff on the show for free, music companies knew, hang on a second, MTV are covering Miami Vice. We better get all our artists at least 3 songs per episode or whatever it was, as it would suddenly grow to be in each episode. So clever. I mean, that's why you pay for the remastered edition in Blu-ray, because you're paying for the license to keep forever of owning the series and the soundtrack.
Oh yeah, they really had the short thing on as well, because
reruns.
it was when
So good, I
MTV
bought
was,
it twice.
yeah, because this was
One
when
American,
MTV was
one
really
British.
yeah, because this was when MTV was really starting to take advantage of this as
Yes,
well.
when it
And,
was actually MTV back in the day with the bright colors.
This is one thing that has hurt the show's popularity, is not that it's a bad show. It's that you've got to shell out a lot of royalty money because they're using top quality songs, and they're using the artist's version of it, and they're using the whole thing.
Yep.
So you could add like $25,000 to a couple of these episodes if you want to show them on regular TV, because you have to also compensate the musician, unless they did some kind of in perpetuity rights, which I highly doubt that they were able to get a special deal musically. But this show, which is so good, is not in reruns as much as it should be.
Yeah,
So,
well, that's the reason
it's
why.
a big shame as well. It's on Amazon. They removed
it. It's why Beavis and Butthead isn't in reruns. They have to chop out the music because it's a separate copyright.
Yeah.
Do you think a lot of artists as well kind of like allowed Miami Vice to play their songs for free because it helps them sell more?
Duran Duran and the Power Station did. They're in episodes. They're in actual episodes. People were definitely giving them sweetheart deals. I don't know how many record companies are going to go for that, but people would, and as we said many times, they were given 2 Ferraris. They're like, stop embarrassing our company with your knockoff Ferraris. Here's a few real ones. I'm like, we'll keep embarrassing you until we have 6 of your beautiful cars.
It's the 80s. It's free marketing. What are you going to do? Pre-YouTube. That's what it is.
Note to self: get a lot of
if it didn't, well, you try again.
Note to self: this worked out so well. Get a lot of phony-looking high-end stuff. Wait for the offers to come in. I'll put your watch on our show, but I need one for myself and another one for my brother-in-law.
I'll tell you what. I don't know if you guys caught. Just going off track very quickly. Theo Von was interviewing Vince Vaughn, and Vince was saying that his dad used to be a toy salesman, but would actually have samples to sell to people or give to Vince. And I think one of the ones he gave to him were the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We're talking the early versions of those toys. Can you imagine how much they're goddamn worth? Just a prototype?
Comes down to whether or not they have the nunchucks, because that's the most swapped out weapon.
Yeah, you're correct.
The nunchucks are illegal in so many places that if he has the nunchucks, it's worth so much more, because usually he has the bow staff. I'm thinking Donatello. Do I have my turtle right?
Yeah, I think you're correct. Yeah.
No, it's Michelangelo that had the nunchucks, wasn't it?
Oh, was it?
Yeah, Michelangelo.
Donatello probably had the other weapons. I forgot what they were.
So they switch him to a bow staff, or sometimes like a staff with like a hook where he's tripping people.
Yeah, I think I have seen a few posts as well. Sort of like give Michelangelo a bow staff for some reason. It's like, oh, it's Donatello's thing. What are you doing, man? It's like, but we've seen it in the cartoon where the voices don't always match the actual turtle. You know, it's a good.
None of them sound like they're from New York, except Corey Feldman. All the Teenage Ninja Turtles sounded like hang loose, dude. And it's like, these guys are supposed to be from New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. I won't mind doing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stream one day. I might do a Bastards breakdown. Because,
do the first film, maybe the first 2 films. So I've got them all on Blu-ray 4K. So yeah,
we might do the third film for a laugh anyway, because sometimes you need to do bad movies. But yeah, moving on from the music moment, then you've done the Pointer Sisters. We've had Jan Hammer. We've had Hollywood.
Jan Hammer, one of the greatest ever.
Yep. Now on to favorite outfit. Now this was a bit of a toughie as well. I really like Crockett's grey jacket going well with his lilac shirt. It really matches his tanning, his skin tone, everything from the constant tanning of the sun in Miami. And I do kind of like Tubbs's gambling outfit though. I mean, it looks very sort of like. It looks very straightforward, straight to the point, but at the same time, very flash and very, very suave as well. And it looks like it's well tailored to his physique as well. It's not too boxy, it's not too tight on him. It's just right, and he's got a good bold shirt with it, everything, and he's kind of pulling it off with the white. I kind of want to say sneaker shoes, something like that. They look like sneakers, but I think they might be shoes that are just white. Who knows?
I think they're called boat shoes.
Yeah,
but maybe it's that. Maybe it is
correct.
that. Yeah, but yeah, he's pulling it off. He really is. That's my favorite outfit. So, Admiral Teague, favorite outfit.
I'm going to say that there were, in an episode filled with beautiful outfits for everyone, this is a very hard question to ask because we have so much great clothing, and that seems to be something that has hit the writers' room hard. Is one of the things people love is the clothes. Every single character background, everyone had 2 or 3 looks, and we have upgraded everyone. Even Switek is dressed kind of hip now. Everyone's dressed pretty hip. The most unhip person's.
Yeah, one thing I didn't mention is fucking Zito's trousers when Dan Hidea's walking through the office. I was like, yeah, what the hell is he wearing? Those are some trousers he's wearing. He's got this like blue trousers with these like white prints streaks on him, and I don't know what he was doing with that, man. But
typical pair of pants for 1984. It's no big deal. He looked like everybody else. It wasn't even remarkable.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is where the 80s were a little bit out there, maybe too out there sometimes. But apart from that, the suits,
the identity is starting to come together. It comes down to, this is really tough because Dan Hideo wears that suit like it was left on the floor of his car, because it probably was, and it looks like shit on him, and it just he is something that you pull out of the drain in the shower. He is just absolutely the sleaziest thing ever. But the outfit of the episode has to go to, even though we have a close runner-up in Dan Hideo and a real contender in Crockett's vermilion shirt with a dark gray jacket, or whatever we want to describe it as, it's got to be Captain Castillo, buttoned down, precisely dressed, very much buttoned down, even despite the heat, ignoring whatever kind of weather is going on, and he's just, whatever he's feeling physically, he's emanating such coolness, and his suit, very proper, very classic cut, even though it's the 80s and suits are crazy. When he takes off his jacket, we're going to see his shirt is bunched up like you wouldn't believe, because that's how they did it back then. But he doesn't take off the jacket in this one. He's wearing his suit, and he's giving off so much authority. The wardrobe choices are really backing it up. He's the only one in non-pastels. He's in a very dark color, and he brings severity and gravitas, and he's just super well dressed. He looks like $1 million. Does he dress a little bit like a chauffeur? Yeah, he's wearing a black 3-button suit.
Yeah, I think that's the point, though, isn't it? Because he's not really a guy who's interested in being flash and romantic. He's actually just trying to be a guy that's doing his job, and that's it. While Sonny and Crockett, they are the flash ones, aren't they? They are the more romantic aspects of the show.
And Captain Castillo's not like, Lieutenant Castillo's not like Captain Rodriguez, where he would show up in like a trench coat with his half-smoked cigar looking like Columbo. This captain is dressed very well, very appropriately. He's ready to go to a business meeting, and he looks like he read the manual and says, you will wear a tie, you will wear a jacket, you will have a button-down shirt, you will look neat, you will shine your shoes. And if anyone doesn't think that, after he has his lunch, he doesn't do a few push-ups to stay in shape and then spit shine his shoes to make sure he can still use them for the rest of the day and have them look good, and maybe shave on his break, it's Captain Castillo, because he's consummate professional.
Yeah, I agree. I fucking agree. He's and that's what he is. He's kind of represents a more realistic part of the show when it goes a bit more fantastical, doesn't he? He's more grounded. So
he says a lot of grounded stuff.
Yeah. So Kung Fu Hot Dog, favorite outfit in the episode?
Well, back in the 80s, I wasn't the cool kid I am now. I had aspirations to be cool. So when I saw the last scene of this episode where they're on the fishing boat and Ricardo Tubbs is wearing that palm tree design shirt and the slightly baggy pants, it's going to go to that, because I used to see those things on sale from a then unknown fashion company called French Connection. They weren't FC UK back then, just good old overpriced French Connection, and they sold those type of shirts in their stores.
Oh, French Connection. Back when I used to look
back
at the
in the
store
day.
and say, oh, it looks like a swear word. I want to buy that clothes. I want to buy those clothes. So yeah, this is how young I was as well, because I knew French Connection from being the FC UK back in the 2000s.
Yeah.
But
Which
yeah,
apparently was
I like the fact that Tubbs can is kind of the only one who's partial to wearing jeans, and it's not till like series 5 when Crockett starts wearing them with the white brogues with the laces removed, and he's with his big Bon Jovi haircut.
Yeah, the FC UK thing, if you don't know about the story, apparently they got that amazing campaign going because somebody, I think it was a fax from Hong Kong, they sent them the fax and it said FC UK, and somebody went, that's what we need to do for our slogan. And for a few good years, and Riaz probably, that was very successful. I had a t-shirt that said I would FC UK me.
Yeah, they were all over the place. It was near dirty, but it was still fun.
Yeah.
I'm
trying to track down this French Connection suits back in the day, or near enough, because they were heavily inspired by Miami Vice, the old salt and pepper designs. They were around. So, hey, like you said,
there might be still some knocking about on eBay. Who knows?
Yeah,
I'm trying to get a pair of
You're just going to be very lucky to find somebody that happens to one day upload that to be sold.
I still have my 1980s Miami Vice blazer. It still fits.
Yep, you showed us that a couple of weeks ago, didn't you? Yeah, and it still looks like it fit as well.
Well, for the 100th episode, I'll put it on for the whole show. I'll get my
show it again, man.
My terry cloth outfit, like Don Johnson does.
Feel free to do it on the finale as well before the 100th episode, because it's a finale. Let's do something special here. So we're coming to the end of the show now. So final rating, it's got to be 4 pastel suits out of 5. We've still got some ideas that probably will be done a bit better in other episodes, but this is still a very solid episode, and I still I do still admire it, because you can really see they've still found in the feet, but it looks like they have found their stride, though. It's like, okay, this is the direction we're going. We've got a good dynamic here now. And so, yeah, final rating, Admiral Teague.
You can see how they're starting to covet someone like Dick Wolff to put some more grit into the show. This is the first episode where we really took a huge step away from Starsky and Hutch. They don't have a Starsky and Hutch like boss anymore. Their dynamic has been tweaked and improved, that even though they're just as friendly and would sacrifice themselves for one another as Starsky and Hutch would, we don't have one cop clearly acting like Starsky and another cop clearly acting like Hutch. They've developed their own dynamic. They've developed their own personalities. If anything, we've really put a lot more into Crockett, because Tubbs seems to get the development first, because the story starts with him in New York. There's still something going on with this show. At the end of every episode, we still have New York casting. I think they had to get the cast out of there for a few days a week to get them out of the heat. And maybe the interiors were filmed in New York sound stages. We had Elvis in this episode. There's no way. If this isn't a 5 pastel suit episode, there is no such thing. Lieutenant Castillo coming on the scene. Elvis played by a real alligator for the first time. Sci-fi cops who don't just kill the alligator by filling it full of lead when it gets out of control. Yeah, we'll mess with this non-endangered species that could kill a human as though it matters, and capture it like a dog. No, they would have gathered that thing down and said, people, you want to cut shoes and luggage out of it, go ahead. So this episode had everything going for it. Signature villains, name actors, a big plot. They're dealing with underhandedness that's not just drug trade, which I like when they get away from where just drug interdiction agents. This is a vice squad. They go after organized crime. They go after illegal gambling. We went after a prawn movie a couple of weeks ago. So as has been said, the show is hit its stride, and they know, and stuff like that. I would say more so than running full stride. They know what they want to do. They're definitely getting up to speed. We can see the show accelerating, and we can see the pieces gelling. And I don't think that the show would, again, miss an opportunity for something like, there should have been a moment where everyone was at the bar in uniform mourning Captain Rodriguez. Lou was a good cop. We missed him. Lou was a good cop. But we've brought in such a powerful actor to make up for that we're going to be able to say, okay, you know what? Missed opportunities happen. We'll just move aside. He was a 5-episode character. We have an extremely powerful cop who every once in a while is going to have his own episode. Does he believe in magic and excuse things to voodoo? End the investigation now, Sonny. I looked into it. It's voodoo. There's nothing we can do.
Oh, I've just realized I've not done the quotes. You know what? We'll do the final rating, then we'll do the quotes. I know.
My final rating is 5 past 2.
Fucking retard brain. I do apologize. But so cheers for that, Admiral Teague. So final rating
5 of 5.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Sorry, getting mildly distracted once again. Put that booty away, you silly woman. Then again, don't. 5 espadrilles out of 5 espadrilles. That's
Nice
it.
rating. Nice rating. So, quote. Now, this was a very difficult one. I did like, I'm from southern, way down south Italy, South Africa, but I will go for the quote. No, maybe I'm being obvious with Castillo saying don't ever get in my face again. So I'll do something different. I will say, where's Elvis gonna get donuts in the Everglades? It's a funny laugh. It made me laugh. It really did. So yeah, I will go for that line as well. If anyone wants to do the Castillo one, they can do. Admiral Teague, favorite quote.
I think my favorite quote is we'll take it one line after Castillo's brilliant. I'll let someone else describe it. His brilliant, out of my face was a surprise. Don Johnson realizes that they're going with this because it's powerful. He has the instincts not to look over to the director. He's confused, but he's not looking for a line. He allows the confusion to be displayed on his face, and he just puts his arm around his buddy cop, his brother officer, as his sometimes says, and he's like, you know what, Tubbs, he sounds serious. Let's take a walk, get some donuts and a cup of coffee, calm down, we'll feed Elvis, and we'll think the whole thing over. So Don Johnson, no, you know what, Tubbs, he's serious. Let's take a walk. That's the line of the episode because it gives Captain Castillo's line weight. It reinforces it, and it reinforces this very important character. And let's face it, because Lieutenant Castillo it's a broken play, as we say in American football. They're improvising. Don Johnson picks up the improvisation extremely well, and with his arm around his brother cop, telling him, let's just calm down and put our balls in a bucket of ice, like the lieutenant said, because he's right. So I would say Crockett's recovery. It's Don Johnson recovering from surprise in an undetectable way. You had to know about it to see it, but a very genuine reaction, and then knowing his instincts to go with it produces a perfect take. I don't know if that was the first take or they did it a few times and almost was feeling this line more every time, but he delivers it perfectly. And the receiving of that line and the reaction to it, because Philip Michael Thomas is confused, and so is Don Johnson, but Don Johnson stays in character and pulls Tubbs back into his character, and they walk away, and Tubbs has that resistance where he wants to kind of get back at the lieutenant. He's angry. So I think that's my lines. You know what? He sounds pretty serious. Let's go. Put your balls in a bucket of ice. Let's calm down.
Yeah, it's a good visual moment as well, which I thought was great. And it shows as well just how fucking smart these actors were. So yeah, Kung Fu Hot Dog, favorite quote of the episode.
Well, I can actually one-up you two gentlemen. You came up with very fine quotes, but I've got a much more simpler one because it's after Schroeder is dismissed from the office and Sonny says, thank you. It's just Castillo's reaction afterwards because he's kind of going like this or whatever it is.
Yeah, he doesn't need to say anything.
Faking it. He's almost trying to smile like Arnie in Terminator 2 when he's taught by Edward Furlong how to smile. He does that. And I was like, hang on a minute. Did Castillo just try to break a smile? I thought, so that's the runaway. Yeah, a reaction after the compliment. That's it for me.
Yeah, I know we say favorite quote, but it's so good because he doesn't need to say anything. Good. He doesn't need to say anything. You get it. That was the power of visual storytelling back in the day. Back before people were on the phone so many times that they had to explain every single fucking thing that was happening because people weren't paying attention. So yeah,
right. I'll tell you what I'm going to buy. Oh yeah, no, carry on. I'm going to say that later next week.
My one line of to add is that all the dialogue in this particular episode is extremely strong, and these actors go all the way with it. There's no scenery chewing. There's actual drama. These guys are owning this dialogue. They are owning these characters. People know what they want to do now. They're not exactly there because we'll see the characters grow. There's arcs going on. Things are happening that make for great TV. So all the dialogue in this episode, everybody's lines were great.
Like I said, the perfect introduction to Castillo, because like I said, Golden Triangle parts 1 and 2, you'll go back to this episode and you piece them together and it'll be like, oh, that explains a hell of a lot.
I can't wait for that one. I cannot wait till we jump onto that episode because that is
subtlety is the nuance of this episode with Castillo. It really is. And I think Edward James almost did win an Emmy for his performance. I'm sure he did.
He did. I think he did later on, didn't he?
Who could have beat him on this week's
or the second season? I think it's season 2.
Admiral
Teague, would you like to look that information up for us, please, sir?
I'll have a quick look before we end anyway, because I think he did. I think he won some award for his.
And it's really fun seeing the magazine covers, because that's the other quote when at the very beginning when Ricardo says, my GQ shoot, huh? And of course, I immediately go to Google Miami Vice GQ. Nope, they for some reason, unless it's doing a bit of a weird search, to my knowledge, didn't actually have an official cover for these two guys, which doesn't make any sense. Biggest cop show of the 80s, and he don't have a GQ magazine dedicated to them. Is all a TV Saturday special. I think that's what it was called in America, but a missed opportunity.
Yeah. He has one of the show's 4 Emmys.
4 Emmys.
The show won 4 Emmys in the course of its run. So here's the thing: this is a great show that people want to watch. I'm looking for that now.
He won it for? I think it's season 2.
85 for his work in season 1.
Oh, damn it!
He was nominated.
Season 1, damn it!
He was renominated the next year and was a strong contender. However, didn't win. The win was announced in 1985 for performances for the 84-85 season. I would just say this show it's such a good show and so enjoyable. It's the kind of thing that no critic in that time would call good. Like, we're calling it good now. We have 2020 hindsight. Some snobby idiot, Rex Ryan of the New York Post, like, this lowbrow entertainment papered over with cheap, gaudy suits and cheap, gaudy colors.
Nobody understood an undercover cop has to look a little bit glamorous to fit in with the criminal organization that makes more money than America does.
And it's too new.
Do you not get it?
People don't have context on this show. Yeah. The idea is too new. These gray area cops operating in the world of crime containment and vice. So we really are getting, this is the kind of show that critics do hate, though. If you look at, even to this day, on IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes, as you guys would call it, critics score 98%, audience score 13%,
Yeah.
No critic can sign off on this. You can't give this show too many awards, but it got 4 because there was no denying the cultural impact, and because Edward James seems to get the first one. He's the easiest guy to give it to. It's like this commanding actor who's not a handsome guy who dominates these scenes with these gorgeous people and really seems like a tough button-down cop on a show where he's doing so much more heavy lifting. He's the Dr. McCoy of this show, unifying because it would be discordant without him.
Jim, not a pool man.
We've been discordant in the way the shows have gone down until this. This show was much tighter and much more orderly than previous episodes.
No, Joel Cerno, Anthony Yokovich.
They move around at a very good pace, don't they, these episodes? I mean,
Joel Cerno, Anthony Yokovich, and Michael Mann, those 3 guys did not bump their heads together and come up with an accident of a TV show. I believe one of you fine gentlemen said the first time we streamed this that I think it was Mann's idea to have the pastel colored outfits to sort of contrast against, or maybe you
and to turn Miami into a big pastel colored fucking wonderland.
Yeah, not an accident. What this was going to be, as it was going to be a designer show with designer gear, but we're going to call it a cop show that like you've never seen before. It's not Space Precinct 2005. It's Miami Vice 1984.
If there's a weak spot in their world, it's that their workplace doesn't look very cop-like. It's too orderly, too sterile, and doesn't have life.
Actually, Teague, I have to correct you there, one. He's such a lovely gentleman, by the way, but that's actually pretty accurate. It's meant to be that way. So I
believe that's their aesthetic. Yeah. But if you look by the later seasons, when we get out of Castillo's office and see the Rex, by which we mean an ugly makeover, and it looks like a place where people are running around looking for paperwork because there's so much going on, and it looks much more functional. Right now, this looks like an office where we sell widgets. You know, it's like we have our desk, we have our memo pad, there's no clutter anywhere.
Yeah.
Later on, it's going to be filled with envelopes. There's going to be a lot of physical evidence. There's going to be boxes of evidence in the corner, and it's going to look more worked in. Right now, it looks very sterile still.
Yeah, we will get to that later, but we are unfortunately going to run to the end of the show now. So thank you for my guest, Admiral Teague, and please subscribe to him. He does some very funny stuff. Same thing for Kung Fu Hot Dog. He's just had a new video out as well. And but before we do, and obviously I got to do some promoting as well. I'm obviously going to try and pop onto Lance's stream on Tuesday if I get the chance. I got the Buffy stream with Toxic. I'm going to take a week off from Bastards Breakdowns, and this Sunday, because it's Easter, I'm going to take the weekend off there and continue Vice City the Sunday after. You know, spend a bit of time doing real life stuff with people I love, because I think that's the most important thing in life.
That always matters. Yep.
YouTube is a hobby, and that's how it should be considered.
Yes, absolutely.
Just get a bit of money in.
I gotta quickly thank PB for the funniest comment of the day. I really love Woody Allen. Clearly, it's time to get a haircut, and I need to buy more contact lenses because I'm a lot handsomer than Woody Allen. But point well taken and well played. That was a funny comment.
So yeah,
thank you all the time.
Teague, is there anything you want to promote then before we head off?
I'm in a relationship with my wife's daughter. No, my Saturday nights in the United States at 9 p.m. U.S. time on the East Coast, I do Star Trek deep dive shows. We're finishing up with Enterprise and moving forward to the original series. Weekdays on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Admiral Teague live streaming for Vengeance every week, where we'll talk about pop culture and maybe a little bit of the weird news of the week. So you have 3 chances to see me. And if I'm on this Friday, I would love to have either of you British gentlemen on, because it'll be in the afternoon when you're still awake, or evening for you.
I was trying to jump on maybe on Friday anyway. Like I said, even though it's Good Friday, I might do something a little bit later on anyway. But
people are going to need something to listen to as they travel or reflect. And, you know, let's wish everyone a really good Holy Week too, if you so are inclined to celebrate. But yeah, let's say, you know, we have temporary plans. We'll see what happens. We're going to see what happens. But Friday looks like a day that I would be on. I'd love to have you by. Do it in the US.
I'll try and jump on there. It depends how drunk I am anyway. It's Good Friday, so you know.
I'll give you a 50.
I didn't let it stop me from getting here today. I woke up still buzzed from last night and somehow coffeeed it out of myself.
Yeah.
Crockett would be proud.
Yeah. So Kung Fu Hot Dog, anything you want to promote? I know you just had a video out recently.
Apart from plugging my butthole, the other thing I will be doing tomorrow will be a video I just filmed today regarding the ill-fated X-Files reboot. So I went through the edit or the raw footage, and I'm like, yeah, interesting. I might have to reshoot 1 or 2 bits of dialogue, and then in the week it's probably going to be more video game drop downs, something on Miami Vice the movie, perhaps. I want to make a video about that because I'm going to start making a dedicated playlist to that show and everything revolving around it, including the big boob baby bikinis. And that's about it for now.
Oh, that sounds so sweet. And yeah, thank you very much, Kung Fu Hot Dog Man. And we'll try and check out more of your stuff as well. It's just I'm trying.
No, it's all right. Trust me, not
so much stuff popping on.
Be warned about the Chuck Norris video. It's a bit of a hard watch, actually, even by my standards. But it did all right views wise. You know what I mean if you watch it.
Yeah, there's a lot of hard watches now these days on YouTube. I've got so many coming on my feed now, and so little time as well, especially when it comes to making videos. So yeah. Thank you very much, Admiral Teague. Thank you very much, Kung Fu Hot Dog, Lord Toxic, Cosmic Holder, Mr. Prez 47, our favorite toxic president, PB. Hope we can get you on one day, man. And Anna Nielsen. As soon as you get back to Japan, hope we can get you on for here as well. It'd be good to have some good guests. Lance, hopefully I can get you on again someday as well. I know you got a lot of stuff going on at the moment. And GN, double SMS, hope to see more of you as well. You are very welcome. This is the first time I've seen you on here, and hope to see you again on future streams. And who else? Who am I missing now?
Tell your friends about us.
Yeah, Gavin Blackburn, thank you very much. And I think that's it, yeah. And whether you beautiful bastards are Northern English or not, thanks for watching. But right now, that's us done, and we're off to the pub. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, you sun-kissed Miami Vice bastards.